Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
It is a great day to be alive on this Monday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. Alongside me, he was there on Friday for the Bucks' last home game. Booing Doc Rivers.
I did. I said fire Doc when he in the fourth quarter. I yelled, fire Doc! And somebody said, yeah!
That's all you got? You didn't get the whole energy throughout the building?
Well, I had to move down to the lower section. The upper section, it wasn't as easy. And there's too many kids around me. And with the kids acting a fool, they really weren't interested in the fire Doc or let him play. I made a sign.
You did make a sign. I did see that sign. To my left, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up Brad Nortman.
How old are these kids that were around you, Kyle?
Range from age 3 to 11.
Wow.
9 of them.
You really got a taste for the Wallace household future.
Hell, 9 kids. Who having 9 kids?
I'm just saying, like, kids in general. That's a wide swath of experience.
I'm have a whole bunch of baby mamas that had 9 kids.
and you don't plan on that.
No, one
just
baby
make sure
mama. One baby mama who will be my wife.
Alex Strouf is running the show. You, as always, with a lot going on in the sports world. 800-990-3776 is the carbless talk and text line. Less is more. We're going to hit it all. We're going to hit it all. If you've missed anything, we will get you up to date, and we'll be having conversations about Chris McIntosh taking a job with the Big Ten Conference, no longer the athletic director of the University of Wisconsin.
Quitter!
Doc Rivers, no longer the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Trash. I'm actually very happy about both of these.
The Milwaukee Brewers have dropped a lot of games.
Uh-oh.
The only thing I'll quickly say is, I think I said it to you guys like 5 days ago. I was like, I think this whole not magic, but the Lockridge, Rengifo, and Gary Sanchez, and just the makeshift without Churio and Vaughn, and now Yelich with his hamstring out at least a month. They need to get healthy. It doesn't mean they're going to be a bad baseball team, but they need some more oomph in that lineup because they're struggling to score runs. We are on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. You can get us on the ESPN Wisconsin app, but we have to start with the Sunday night. Everyone was probably shocked at the timing of it, number one. And then, I don't know about you, Brad, when I saw that Chris McIntosh was stepping down from AD, and then the Sports Business Journal came out that he was taking a role within the Big Ten Conference, I sent that to about 5 people, and it was, what? Question mark? Is this true? Question mark? Like, I was breaking the news that I wasn't like the source, but people were like, what? What? And then it was a firestorm of, holy cow, this is real. Chris McIntosh, the athletic director of 5 years, appointed by Barry Alvarez, essentially, is no longer with the University of Wisconsin. Brad, you and I were together. If you've missed any of the reactionary content, it's on YouTube, I believe, at ESPN Madison under the Jump Around. Myself, Brad, Jesse Nelson, Evan Cohen, Riley Yauk, Pablo Iglesias.
Big blow.
We were all there for you, and we're all here for you today. So, Brad, you've had time to react right away and sleep on it and now talk to the audience. Your main takeaway of Chris McIntosh stepping down.
Chris McIntosh stepped down right as accountability was about to hit. That was my takeaway. Accountability for his role and his decisions, the mess he made, particularly in the football department. Accountability was about to take place one way or another. He was going to get credit for maybe a turned around football team and maybe a revamped NIL, or he was going to face the consequences and likely being fired for it. I think that him jumping ship now literally to a different role, it says everything I need to know. 1, about the state of Wisconsin athletics, and 2, about just sort of his lack of backbone in being able to see through the mess that he created. It's concerning to me that he is heading the ship. He is driving the ship. And most of the time, almost all of the time, I would say an athletic director role, particularly at a prestigious university and athletic department like the University of Wisconsin, there's two ways out. You either get fired or you retire. Those are the two ways outside of the role that should occur. But McIntosh decided, he looked at the future waters ahead. I think he looked at it and said, this is too big of a mess. I'm struggling in this role. I'm not able to get the program to where it should be. And I think I need to take the next available exit possible, and he did exactly that. So it reflected a shameful and lack of backbone approach to seeing through the mess that he's created, because this is something that 5 years, you said 5 years in an AD role, that's a short tenure. Most of the time, AD roles are 10 plus years. Like, you stay there, you develop it, and you grow it. 5 years in an NIL, where if you looked at when he took it to where it is now, athletic department is worse off from when he started to where he is now.
Yeah, look, the other sports outside of football, some have thrived, but also some were thriving before he even got there.
Women's volleyball and women's hockey, probably the two most stable championship-level programs, coaches well before he got there. The one good hire he did was Mike Hastings for the Wisconsin hockey team. Obviously, they were the national runners-up this last weekend. But every other program since then has been struggling, or not what it once was at a bare minimum, particularly the two that matter. Football by a long shot, and then basketball.
Well, the fact of the matter is, all that matters is football. I know that like we can all be proud of watching Wisconsin's women's volleyball in the Final Four, the Frozen Four for the men's hockey team, watching UW women's hockey win another national title. But this is a world, and it's professional sports at the top levels, driven by money. And the success of the football program, especially in the state of Wisconsin, especially after the last 30 years of success prior to these 5 years, you can't fail. Because if you fail at football, the profits in what you make in football go down, and that long term will affect the entire athletic department. And to your boat analogy, and I know we've done the Titanic before, he basically knew it was going to hit the iceberg. And he didn't tell anybody. He didn't tell the co-captain. He didn't tell the everyone working the ship. He didn't tell people staying on the ship. He saw that there was an iceberg that he couldn't avoid. And he said, I'm just going to go grab a boat and I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. That's literally... He
did not go down with the ship.
He didn't go down with the ship. He's gone. He's already to land. He's not with Jack and Rose trying to fight for their lives like Luke Fickell's going to be doing, trying to prove himself the next year. He said, I've created this mess. I'm still not going to tell everyone. I'm out of here. Good luck, everybody. Which, good on him in terms of his career.
Excellent on him. That's a smart decision to jump ship before it was too late.
Before you get fired.
Yeah.
You preserve.
Take a new job before you get fired.
Yeah, that is the best thing that you should always do, is be able to have the foresight to understand that, you know what, this ship is a little rocky. I need to jump off.
Little rocky? No, he told us that it's going down.
But the thing is that his inability to have the foresight to understand what NIL was going to do has negatively impacted Wisconsin athletics in the state of Wisconsin. And again, us saying that the football is the only thing that matters. Yes, we love women's volleyball. We love women's hockey. We love men's hockey. We love all those sports. But at the end of the day, when you are going to the state of Wisconsin and telling them, hey, we need $14 million in order to sustain our athletics program, mostly for football and a little bit for basketball, that lets you know all you need to know about what is the most important thing. And so when he made the hire of Fickell, yes, did I think it was a good hire at the time? Absolutely. It's not about you making a hire at the time. It's about evaluating year to year and seeing, is this going in the right direction? And his unwillingness to move on from Luke Fickell after 3 years, understanding that this has been a disaster. This program has gone backwards, right? And he should have fired him at that point. But that told me all I need to know about Chris McIntosh is that he is not a true leader of any organization. He's somebody who's not willing to take accountability to say, you know what, I messed up. And so then on top of that, understanding how important football is, again, this isn't just my opinion. When you look at the the economic impact. The article came out last October talking about Wisconsin football sucking is costing the school $20 million.
And the state was a part of that,
and the state was losing, I think, close to, could lose up to like $100 million. The city of Madison could lose like $100 million. That is the economic impact of your poor decision. And so when you look at Chris McIntosh and his tenure, I don't give a damn that he hired a good hockey coach if he hired the wrong football coach and didn't have the ability to move on from him. We are currently in the state that we are because of the decision that he made not only to hire Luke Fickell, but to stick with Luke Fickell, despite us all understanding the writing is on the wall. It is not going to work out with Luke Fickell here at Wisconsin because winning 6 games or 7 games next year is not what he was brought in here to do. You cannot continue to waste money and throw money at a sinking ship. And that's what Luke Fickell is, and that's what this athletic program is. And I am so glad that he is stepping down. Yesterday was a blessing in disguise for Wisconsin athletics because now you're actually going to get a real athletic director in there who absolutely hopefully knows what they are doing. Because right now with Chris McIntosh, he had no idea what he was doing, and he was behind on NIL. And instead of doing the hard work and doing what other universities do, go out there and find a way to make money. Like Marquette ain't knocking on the Wisconsin door to try to get money. They're just doing the hard work to get in money. The athletic program for Wisconsin decided to take the easy way out. So I'm glad that Chris McIntosh is gone because now we get a fresh start.
You get a fresh start, but this is important context. There's an interim chancellor who is leaving the University of Wisconsin. With Chris McIntosh leaving, the general manager of the football team, Marcus Sedbury, who's also a deputy AD, is now the interim athletic director, and the UW system president was let go of last week. So there's a lot of dominoes, I think, that need to fall before you could pick somebody to be the athletic director. Because if you just bring somebody in internally and say, yeah, we're just going to stick with somebody that's been around and he's going to be the athletic director. No, you can't. We literally just tried that. You need to exhaust every option to do this the right way. And if that means that Marcus Sedbury's interim until they figure out who the system president is.
Terrible decision, by the way.
And
you can't be the GM and be the athletic director.
Agree, but it's so minute to the fact that, like, do you trust whoever is interim to hire the right athletic director? No way, because once they get a real chancellor, the real chancellor is the success of athletics and who's going to be reporting to the chancellor is not just going to want somebody that's picked before they got there. So they need to figure out X, Y to get to Z, which is the athletic department. You need all those dominoes to fall so you can have people that are full-time in place to pick the people that they want, that they think will be able to right this ship. So it is an opportunity for them to get it right. But essentially, it may take longer than we think. All that matters is Luke Fickell's not going anywhere. So he is in the reverse Green Bay Packers situation. Ed Policy didn't want lame duck coaches and GMs. After the season, he stuck by that. He decided to extend Gutekunst and LaFleur. Now, for Fickell, he's got a 1-year tryout because new athletic director is going to come in and he's going to say 7 games first year, 5 games the second year, 4 wins the third year. All right, you win 6-7 games in your 4th year, and we're paying you how much? $8 million a year? So if he does not drive success for this football program in a convincing fashion, might I add, even if it's 7 wins and they go to a bowl game, I don't know how someone can come and be like, I want to put my stamp of approval on this guy when there's been enough. So even if they're not hiring right now, whoever's going to take this job is going to be evaluating the entire time if they don't have it by the time football season comes around.
So I've done very little and quick research on the individual that is going to be tasked currently. That's what Jennifer Mnuchin said. Is going to task the new interim university chancellor, Dean Wilcox, who's going to be in charge. I did a little research, a little snooping. It seems to me, I saw him curling. I saw him at a basketball game. And he's been at the university for 20-plus years, so it seems to understand the traditions and what Wisconsin once was. So I think he understands the importance of what the athletic department needs to do.
No. This is exactly what we're going to do next.
This is the problem.
This is what I do not want. I don't want somebody who's been a part of the last 30 years. This is what we're doing next. This is I can't just go into this process of, all right, we're going to hire somebody who's been around and seen the success. Mac was there. He saw the success. Everyone in the athletic department. No, He started in
Mac
2014.
was supposed to be like groomed.
He started
by
in
Barry.
2014. And in 7 years to learn. But again, all the same people in the athletic department have been there forever. I'll tell you why this makes zero sense to just be like, oh, this person can do it. They've been with Wisconsin for 25
ego
years.
Is bigger than the damn moon. They went up to the damn when space went up there. They saw his big ass ego.
It's
up there.
it's the entire infrastructure that needs gutting. Z and the D, you're on the Carbless Talking text line.
Happy Monday. All right, I have the perfect candidate for. I have the perfect candidate for these Badgers, and it's not a super long term, but it's not super short term. He's already made money. You might ruffle some feathers with some of you guys, but Mark Murphy is the guy. He's got Wisconsin ties.
Okay, all right. Z and the D, come on.
I mean, he was
Mark's old as hell.
I mean, he's only 70, 68, 70. Was it 70?
We were talking about they have retirement terms, and it's the first or the retirement clause or whatever. The Packers people are like, finally, somebody's doing it right. Now we're going to bring somebody old into a fast pace, ever-changing landscape.
I mean, he was an athletic director before.
Yeah,
that's great.
The Packers president job.
When?
The Packers president job is easy.
0307. Was there any NIL in 0307?
I mean, I don't really appreciate Z and the D that much, but I will say this: it wasn't a bad, maybe like a fill the gap type guy.
The Packers president job compared to the Wisconsin AD is easy. You get to sit back from the floating ship of the battleship that's the NIL, or it's not the.
I would just say that guy knew how to make money.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
But this is a way different landscape. You need a disruptor, and he is not a disruptor.
What if he builds Madtown?
They already have that. It's the city of Madison.
Yes.
Well,
it's called Regent Street.
Yeah, and State Street.
No, I actually think that. Because
what are we doing? Mark Murphy's not. This is crazy.
Madison needs a sledding hill.
No, what I'll say is this: is that Mark Murphy may be a little goofy on the outside, but clearly he's standing on business behind closed doors.
So you trust Mark Murphy in front of donors to get an NIL that's equivalent to Michigan?
I think Mark Murphy has a deep amount of resources in the sense of who he knows based off him having the Packers.
I'll tell you exactly why Mark Murphy's stupid and for this position, stupid strong, and why the idea of the interim athletic director who's been there for 25 years putting up the W is not the right way to just jump in and say, you figure it out. I'm telling you, this needs to be looked at outside the lens of Wisconsin Badger Red. You've been a part of it for 30 years. It can't just be the first and only option. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
He's my sugar daddy.
Well, I need a sugar daddy. There's a wedding coming up this summer, and maybe I need the sugar daddy to be at.
Oh, man.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate Exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
Got your tax refund? Before it mysteriously disappears, invested in something you'll actually see every day. Your home. At Exterior Pros and Baths, turn that refund into energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel. And they'll take it even further with $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during the April savings event. But don't wait, this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
This is Coach Greg Gard. I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin, and I know what people here value: hard work, honesty, and looking out for one another. That's exactly how Bank CMG approaches banking. They combine hometown values with modern tools to help people make confident financial decisions. When you want a bank that understands where you're coming from, Bank CMG makes sense. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Now get 0% interest until 2030. That's years of no interest, so you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. But order by April 30th. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Burkhardt Sporting Goods in New Berlin is the baseball lover's destination, with a massive state-of-the-art indoor training facility featuring hit tracks with precision analytics, a huge open turf area, and all the best training equipment you need. So get in here and get ready to get better. And we'll help you with this special offer. Buy 20 batting cage credits for $30. That's 25% off. This is Bryan Burkhardt, and if you love baseball and softball like we do, you can't beat Burkhardt. 153rd and National. If you plan on draining buzzer beaters, the place to start is Burkhardt, where you'll find a great selection of residential basketball hoops from the best brand, Gorilla. We'll handle the installation and take care of everything to make it easy from start to finish. And right now when you buy from Burkhardt, standard hoop installation is half price. You can't beat that. This is Bryan Burkhardt, and when you love basketball like we do, you can't beat Burkhardt.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. A lot of news in the Wisconsin sports world. Doc Rivers no longer the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. Chris McIntosh, the athletic director of the Badgers, stepped down. Took a job with the Big Ten Conference. Brewers on a little skid. Dontavian Wicks on Friday, if you were with us, was traded during our show to the Philadelphia Eagles. A lot to talk about today, but where we were heading after reacting to the news of Chris McIntosh stepping down to take a different job was who now? Who's the right person for the athletic director role? And I just want to make this very clear. There's a lot of people within the University of Wisconsin athletic department that have been there a very long time. And for the last 25 to 30 years prior to 2001 or 2021, before Luke Fickell and Mac and everyone sort of came together for this era, everyone in the athletic department was a part of a ton of success. And you don't take that success away because it was great. It created moments that Brad and I were a part of. But this is a new world. And when you hired within the athletic department, the person you hired wasn't ready to attack the NIL era in a successful way. Hiring the coach is one thing. Providing the infrastructure to be successful with it is another. Outside of just McIntosh, there's a lot of people within the athletic department as well that were in different roles and were asked to do jobs that are completely different than what they were brought on for in this new NIL era that they're just not equipped to handle because it's not what they were a part of the athletic department for. So if we're saying that Jennifer Mnuchin, who is the chancellor that's taking a job at Columbia,
big move,
is asking the interim chancellor, Eric Wilcox, to take the lead on getting this started to look up who could be the right athletic director as they have an interim athletic director, why would I trust that somebody who's been around for the last 25 years that's been a part of all the same things that they just did over the last 5 years in this new era that we're all connected to the past regime, I don't have any confidence that that would be a successful model. The first thing you should be doing is looking at the successful football programs that have handled NIL, and it may not be a program that you think is a powerhouse. You could look at last year. Look at schools like Vanderbilt, or like, I'm not saying directly them, but look how schools with football programs that traditionally weren't good were able to have success. Obviously, Indiana, right? Who are those number twos, the deputy ADs of those schools that have oversaw success in the NIL era? You need fresh ideas. You need somebody to come in and sort of break up the 30-year tradition of everyone sort of being a part of this University of Wisconsin athletic department. Doesn't mean everyone has to go. It just means based off how bad the transition has been the last 5 years, new and different can only help, because you have a lot of the same people that were around when I was there and Brad was there, still a part of making big decisions over the last 5 years in this new era. And again, it's just because it's about raising money and getting the most money possible. And after going to the state for money, after all the stuff we've dealt with from the football standpoint the last 4 years, I think it's not a bad idea to look outside someone who is from the good old boys of University of Wisconsin.
Yeah, what worked in the past doesn't necessarily promise success in the future. And we know for a fact now that this model fails, right? To keep it inside the family and to keep it a Wisconsin guy, we know that doesn't work out. See the last 5 years. The Wisconsin Badgers athletic department is treating this like a family business, right? Where it's like, hey, we're going to hire our nephew Jimmy, and we're going to hire cousin Todd and all this stuff, which is great when you're running a family business, but they need to treat it more like Amazon. Amazon is cutthroat. They are ruthless, both inside and outside the organization. They will attack any type of business model, any type of area where they can make money. And the people that from within are not cutting it when it comes to their performance levels, they are out. That is how they need to process it. Less like a family, more like a business. They need a sports CEO, not just someone who is in charge of guarding the culture. Because the reality is, the University of Wisconsin's athletic department, it needs to change. The old ways were great. It worked from 1990 all the way to 2019. Things changed significantly in 2021, 2022 when NIL happened. And here's how I knew that maybe the guys calling the shots didn't have their minds right about this. When I was still working in finance, I went to one of the Big Red rallies here in Wisconsin. Cool. This is right when they offered Fickle the job, and him and Mac were sort of doing this parade tour around the state to try to get people excited for it, and there was a lot of excitement. I remember Mac going up there and talking about how they were going to invest in putting heaters underneath the field in Camp Randall because he said, quote, said with an air of arrogance, I might add, "We fully expect to be hosting college football playoff games in December, and that's why we want to do it." And at the time, I was like, boy, that's a promise, but I wonder, like...
Sounds great!
Yeah, that sounds great. I looked up this morning how much that cost them. $5.5 million. $5.5 million.
Money well spent, huh?
Field's warm, yeah.
I'm sure the field's warm.
Warm to melt the snow in December when nobody's playing.
Yeah, so I'd say, you know how many times they, have hosted a game in December?
Zero.
Not once. Max just thought it would happen. He just thought, I could borrow from the culture and tradition of Wisconsin, and it's just going to happen. I don't need to worry about supporting my head coaches. I don't need to worry about all that. Football is just going to do what it always did. That was a faulty thesis to be on, and him just saying that tells me everything I need to know. It's just going to happen. I don't need to do NIL. I don't need to do money. So that is another reason why just keeping it in the family, keeping things the same old is not the way to go. You need a disruptor. You need a CEO. You need someone who can spearhead this and change Wisconsin athletics because it needs change.
Yeah, the biggest thing that for me is that they just hired the wrong person in Chris McIntosh. You brought in somebody who you believed in, who was not working in higher education at that time. You brought him in, and he failed at the job. He just wasn't good enough. So I do find it to be quite interesting that you guys are having a conversation about, we don't want to have anybody from the inside, where literally the biggest complaint about Wisconsin football over the last 15 years has been when they hired Gary Anderson, who was an outsider who sucked, and then when they hired Luke Fickell, who was an outsider. That has been the biggest complaint. So I don't think it has anything to do with finding an outsider. I think it is about being strategic. It doesn't mean that it needs to be somebody currently at the institution, but if they found somebody that was at Madison 15 years ago, 10 years ago, and they bring them back, then I'm okay with that. I'm going to trust in. I'm going to trust.
You're fool then.
That's different than what I'm saying. I'm saying if they are there right now and they've been there for 15 to 25 years, I don't want it. If somebody was there, went to go do different things, and grew experience outside of being here and wants to come back, totally for it.
It seems to be there's nobody, especially who they made the interim athletic director, who hasn't been here in his role too long, since in the role that he has currently, is that it seems to me that they don't have anybody internally that they feel could assume that role for a full-time
I don't know
position.
how you could assume that they have somebody that could assume the role based off the results we've seen.
And so with that being said, there are a lot of intelligent people around UW-Madison who understand the importance. Once you start talking about the economic engine of a region, an economic engine of a city, an economic engine for an institution that is one of the best institutions in the United States, that's when they understand that we need to make sure that we invest time, energy, and be very strategic about who we hire. That's why I'm very confident that they fully understand, especially since they asked the state for money, is that we need to find somebody who can fundraise, like Ben said. This is going to purely be a hire that is focused on how can you get Wisconsin football, not the athletics program, because athletics will be okay. How can you get Wisconsin football to being on the top? That is what this hire is going to be about. So that's why I have confidence that they fully understand that they cannot sit here and think that, oh, let's just find somebody we don't know. Let's find somebody who can do right by the athletics and, most importantly, football.
I don't know how you can say, who's they have like, you know what I mean? Like they have an interim chancellor, the chancellor's leaving, and they're putting the interim chancellor in charge of making the decision. Like,
it's a mess.
Like,
it's a mess.
How am I going to trust that they can make the right decision when they've been around and throughout this whole process have delivered nothing but poor play and poor fundraising?
We're taking a bad coach and a bad hire. Bad hires happen. But we're taking these bad hires and painting it as a picture that Wisconsin just makes all these terrible hires. That's just not, as an institution, that is not true. As an athletic program, that is not true as well.
But all that matters is football, and you said that.
I understand that, but winning national championships is not easy. And Wisconsin has done that in multiple sports. And that's what I'm saying, that you are going to have smart people within the university, and then they're going to hire some search firm, who's going to be able to find an athletic director. That's why I'm not too concerned about it. The last time, Barry Alvarez handed it off to the wrong person. And that was the problem. He handed it off. They might have did a search, but they handed it off to the wrong person. And that's why we got the results that we have.
I'm just concerned that people within the organization that have been Wisconsin lifers, right? And even these interim guys and people that are in charge of the search, do you think that they are more likely to try to keep things with continuity or take a risk and be bold? I think they're going to try to focus on continuity because they're thinking, whoa, this isn't. No, we can't disrupt the apple cart.
No.
Like, self-preservation would say bring somebody comfortable that I have relationships with.
The university just asked the state of Wisconsin for millions and millions of dollars that is not even going towards academics. If you think they're going to take this next hire lightly, you are crazy.
No one's saying they're not going to take it lightly, Kyle. We're saying I don't know how you could trust the people making the decisions on the hire right now, and we don't even know who that is because you have an interim chancellor making that decision.
You have a chancellor,
a chancellor
that has been around. Because remember, Jennifer Mnuchin, who didn't even make the decision to bring in Chris McIntosh. She just didn't fire him. But you have a chancellor now who has been with the institution for almost 30 years, who knows what the greatness of the athletic program once was. He saw you playing in the
national championship. But Mac knew that too. Mac knew that. So why would it be any different for someone who's been here for 30 years?
He was underqualified for the position. He should have never been in the position. He was picked from somewhere else.
So what do you know about Eric Wilcox that makes you so confident?
Listen, I just know that he's been around for a long enough time where he understands the tradition of Wisconsin. He understands the importance and understands that we need to get this right.
But that's the thing.
That's what we could have said about. That's what we could have said about.
When you come from that lineage, you're more likely to do whatever the safe option is, as opposed to the bold option.
Now, I don't think they're going to do a safe option. I think they're going to do a strategic option where they're going to hire a firm to help them find somebody. Y'all think it's going to be just UW? You think they're going to get a teacher? You think they're going to get a professor?
Maybe
a student? No, they're going to hire a search. They're going to have a search team and a search firm. They're going to pay to find them athletic director.
Great, more money that they can use our money from tax dollars to pay for that.
Please invest the $3 million you need to do a search to find the right person, because when you just pass the ball off to any old body, because this is what happened. Luke Fickell was identified as a guy that Chris McIntosh wanted. It was Luke Fickell's job to lose. It wasn't about the defense coordinator, Jimmy Leonard. It wasn't about Jimmy Leonard. It was about, I want to get this guy, I want to make a splash. They handed it off to Chris McIntosh. Now they're actually going to do a legit search where they're going to have a whole bunch of different options where they get to choose the best option versus choosing the convenient option.
I just don't know who they is, and I don't know if I trust who they is.
They're going to hire a search firm. I'm telling you, that's what you do.
But they're friends with everybody in the athletic department and all the things. So
they're not
you're going to be passing over.
No, they're not hiring anybody from the athletic department right now to be in the position. I'm telling you, there's not. No, it's not happening. It's not. They're all underqualified. You think they don't see the mess that's created? You don't.
I hope they do.
You think Chris McIntosh didn't take this? He didn't leave because of the fact that he understood that his job was going to be at risk if the football program failed next year.
I think it's easy for everyone to sit back and be like, it's just NIL. We just got to get that right. And we're going to get that right. And that's an easy promise to make, but hard to deliver on.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. Kyle, you kind of hinted at this a little bit. It's a sad question to have to ask, but I think you kind of have to ask it. Is this a good job for an athletic director right now? Is this a good job? Walking into the football program as is, because that's how you are going to be judged. Your success is going to be judged on how good the football program is and how much money you're able to generate in fundraising and in revenue with success on the field. Is this a good job? Would you, if you were out there, it's hard because we're all Badgers, of course we would want it, but if you were out there and you looked at this from a 30,000-foot view, would you be like, yes, I want that Wisconsin athletic director job? I feel like the infrastructure is in place where I can raise money and find success for football. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Is this a good job? Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Here's the worst thing that happened about Brad Nortman producing Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, and is Kyle, you know what's going to happen? He's going to have so much softness in his heart for producers.
I lost the guy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Take it home this April at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. $300,000 is on the line, and you're at bat to win your share. Just play with your rewards card for entries. Prize drawings on Thursdays. Plus, your April drawing entries all count toward another prize drawing in June. It's the Base Race Game Show. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
An open house like no other, our Siding Unlimited and Outdoor Living Unlimited open house brings in product reps so you can see, touch, feel the product, and talk to the manufacturer reps directly from Pella, Sunrise, Marvin Windows and Doors, LP SmartSide, Certainteed Roofing, TimberTech Decking, County Pavers, and Screen Rooms. Everything is here for your next project at one place, one time on Saturday, April 25th from 9 to 1 p.m. Details at sidingunlimited.com and outdoorlivingunlimited.com.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at WalneyLegal.com.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Nail Group. If 2025 didn't go exactly as planned, you're not alone. You made it through, and that's what counts. Now it's time for taxes, and for a lot of people, that's when the stress kicks in, especially if things got messy along the way. The good news? A rough year doesn't mean a ruined future. We helped Nate fix a tax mess with the IRS created by one of those national firms and saved him $103,000 in penalties, plus another $150,000 in taxes, because we know the tax law. Imagine walking into tax season with a plan, clarity, and someone in your corner who knows the tax law and knows how to use it. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call us now at 414-325-2040 to arrange a meeting to see how we can help you. Don't wait. Call now. That's 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is Express Entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the planet and its people for nearly 50 years. Earth Justice has 150 full-time lawyers fighting in court for our planet's future and representing all clients free of charge. Until people come before profit, all energy is clean, the wild is truly free, and justice stands for all. Earth Justice will never rest. Learn more at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Rick from Madison chimes in because as Chris McIntosh stepped down and took a job with the Big Ten, Chris McIntosh was the athletic director of the University of Wisconsin. We asked, if you're looking at this, is this a good job? Do you want to take the University of Wisconsin AD? It's a great job as far as the pay you receive, but it's a really bad job to improve overall sports programs. There's absolutely no way to recruit the best players when the Badgers have no money to pay the best athletes. We are screwed. Wisconsin fan Rick from Madison. Right now, yes. Right now you are. But as Kyle said, this is a massive, massive opportunity. And I think Kyle and I are almost saying the same thing in different ways. I'm fearful with the way that the university is structured that right now, because there's so much uncertainty, a chancellor leaving, an interim athletic director, that if they're heading up the search and they've been there, that it might just be more of the same. But ultimately, I think that what we're both saying is you got to get somebody with the credentials and experience. And I don't think you could look at anybody right now in the deputy AD positions and be like, he's a shoo-in right there. That guy, he's got to be the AD. So it does give me hope that if you open this up, you have the opportunity to attract somebody that has been a part of success in the NIL era as a deputy AD or as an athletic director, because that is what I'm looking for. Someone who has experience in fundraising and growing something, because we've done the opposite of that at the University of Wisconsin the last 5 years. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Do you think this is a good job?
The Badger in me feels like it's a great job, but if I was a AD, if I was like a top tier next man up AD at any of these other schools, I wouldn't look at this as a great job, and here's why.
You're saying like in 7 years I might be the next in line for an athletic director role at the current school I'm at, or I could maybe take this because it's an opportunity.
Yeah, let's say I'm the number 2 at Indiana or the number 2 at Georgia or something like that. I would look at this and I wouldn't like what I see. Here's why. The football identity is in pure crisis mode from an identity standpoint, right? Product on the field and identity, something that you could bank on for a long period of time. Their identity is completely lost.
What if I told you that someone may look at that as a positive, that they can, if they like want to rebuild something?
I can understand that, but it goes back to my point where I'm looking at this and I'm saying that McIntosh, the AD, is looking at this, and he has made the decision, I need to exit. I need to leave. I am looking at the state of Wisconsin athletics, and I need to bail. Shoot, they're going to the state begging for money from taxpayers because they have an inability to keep things going. Now, you're right. Somebody that is a disruptor, that's a go-getter, that's elite at being a potential AD, he might look at this and say, let me roll up my sleeves and get my hands dirty. I'm ready for the challenge.
And I'll be a legend if I figure it out.
You will be a legend situation because you are inheriting someone else's mess. And it's not just a little bit of mud on the carpet. Your whole house is taking on a septic tank that is absolutely started to flood your house. That's how big of a deal it is.
Calling the cleaning lady. You guys have a good deep cleaner, right?
She is good. I don't know if she can do that. She might be able to. I would trust her over Mac. I'll tell you that much. But there's also a instability at leadership, right? If it's true that the interim chancellor is going to hire the next AD, it's a high likelihood that then the person who will be evaluating him will be different than the person that hired him. I wouldn't want to walk into a situation where I have a role and then someone else is hired after me, and then they have to evaluate me. They have no level of loyalty or commitment to me. And this is the biggest one. Wisconsin is experiencing an NIL reality check. That could be an opportunity for someone who could, again, bring Wisconsin back to greatness, or you could look at it as an organizational handicap. That there is something that is about, whether it be the alumni of Wisconsin, the way the athletic department is put together, the way funds are handed out. Again, I go back to the fact that they had to feel like they had to go to the state to elicit money the easy way, as opposed to the ability to fundraise themselves. There are so many things looking at this where I'd say 10 years ago, it's an elite job. 20 years ago, it's an elite job. Right now, it's an okay job. And if you're really, really willing to bridge the gap, I would say go for it, but I'm not sure I'd leap at this because, and again, you have to convince all the people in the system to go with you and follow behind your vision in an organization that is more comfortable than anything else.
Yeah, you gotta have a list of demands.
Yeah, do y'all understand that this is a great job? It's not a great job because of the state of the Wisconsin football program. It's a great job because you know that you have a state that can be duped. If you can sit here and get $14 million, I'll come to a place, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I have $14 million I'm going to get every single year coming from the state of Wisconsin? Really? That is magnificent because that means already I have this money to play with on top of the additional fundraising that I'm going to do. So you say I already have this nest egg of money that I'm guaranteed getting from the state on top of all the other fundraising. But if I can take this to a whole nother level, then I'm definitely going to be swimming in cash. I don't think people understand the significance of what $14 to $15 million can do every single year, knowing you are going to get that money. And so if I'm an athletic director, I'm looking at, first and foremost, I understand that the legislators, they actually can be duped into thinking that we can get more money because if we start winning and say,
you're not getting more.
Well, you say that now, but 10 years from now, you may say, hey,
fair.
Inflation, hey, we're doing all these great projects. We're winning games. We need more money to ensure. So you may eventually go back knocking on the door for maybe getting another capital project that you can get something else built or addition added on. So I really do think that simply based off what Mac did, the one good thing Mac did was find a way to convince the state to give them money because now as an athletic director, I'm coming in here and I already have 14 to 15 million, or excuse me, 12 to 14 million dollars.
But the state doesn't have to give them money next year.
No, it's in perpetuity.
It is in perpetuity.
It's locked in. This is a yearly thing. Your $6 is every single year. So this money is signed into law.
I don't know if it's like infinite, but it's reoccurring. I don't know if there's an end date to it, but it's not a one-time thing.
So if I'm the athletic,
and we're giving it to who's in charge?
Marcus Sadberry. Dr. Marcus Sadberry.
Good God.
Doctor. Don't forget the doctor.
Good
Put respect
God.
on his name. So if I'm looking at it as an athletic director, that is a great nest egg of money to have. And again, it's not about volleyball. It's not about soccer. It's not about women's softball. It's not about hockey. It is about football. And $14 million is a really, really good nest egg to have. So now all I have to do is say, okay, can we fundraise an additional $25 million? So you mean to tell me now we're going to have $40 to $45 million? Oh, yeah, okay. Now we can compete. So I think it's a great attractive position for somebody understanding that they're going to get this money from the state because our state assembly and state senators are too dumb to realize that this was a bad deal for the state of Wisconsin folks.
Josh and Kenosha, you're up on the Carbless Talk and text line.
Hey, guys. 100% with Kyle. The decision by the AD to walk away like this just makes the governor's decision look even more stupid. As a taxpayer, I don't care how many dollars that I'm paying that have to go bail out a university that's already publicly funded. This is an absolute joke. Does any other state or has any other governor done this for a program just because they haven't been able to adapt to the new age of college sports? And this is multifaceted because these players that are going to get paid, a lot of them also get scholarships. If you're getting paid, you should not be eligible for a scholarship. Why should you have to take away the opportunity from someone who wants to go to school for an actual education with scholarship funds to go towards an athlete who's then going to get paid potentially millions of dollars, putting them in the top 1% of income earners in the state?
You bring up the frustration of your dollars going to an athletic department that is essentially paying athletes. I don't know if we ever got to this last week, but I was listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN in the morning, I think on Friday. And a texter, to my knowledge, had mentioned every employee in the university system has a public salary. And so if the state is funding public money to the athletic department, then there should be visibility on how much each player is getting paid.
I would like that.
Yeah.
I think people would be a little stunned when they see the numbers. Not for good.
You think the quarterback's getting what? 800,000?
More.
I would say double or triple that.
You think we paid this quarterback from James Madison? Where was he from? He was it wasn't James Madison. It was
Old Dominion.
Old Dominion. We're paying an Old Dominion quarterback who had never played.
We can just say six figures. We can just say six figures.
If it's less than 1.5,
or seven figures. 7 figures. Sorry.
If it's less than 1.5, I'd be shocked.
It's a starting quarterback in the Big Ten, Kyle.
And it's
the most important position in football.
And he was supposed to be a good transfer.
Top target in the portal.
Yeah.
You only get someone like that if you pay.
Carson Beck got like $6 million to go to Miami. Now, he was a national
championship game. And
but you're talking about a fourth of that is $1.5 million.
If they paid this kid $1.5 million,
I don't think. How many times have you kept seeing things and be like, they got what? You just got to assume it's more than you think at this point.
There's no way they're paying this quarterback $1 million. Ain't no way.
No way it's less.
There's no way it's less than $1 million.
Well, shoot, that changes everything. He better be cold this year.
Well, obviously it's year 4 under Fickle. Everyone better be cold. They've won 7, 5, and 4 games in 3 years.
I heard he threw some interceptions in practice in red zone yesterday or 2 days ago. That ain't what I want to hear.
I need a shift out of the Badgers, and we go to actually. I would say no one's crying over this one. I mean, no one's crying over Mac leaving. I don't think anyone's crying over Doc Rivers being gone. Next,
this is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Love you.
What?
Love you.
Love you too.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
BizTimes Media's Biz Expo is May 21st at Brookfield Conference Center. Attend the strategy seminars and research the area's leading product and service providers. Learn, network, and connect at Biz Expo on May 21st. Register at biztimes.com/bizexpo.
Michelob Ultra is brewed here. So is the grit that takes U.S. soccer players to the world's biggest stage. The excitement that fills a stadium before a single ball is kicked. The feeling when we rally together behind one team. From the pitch to the pour, Superior is brewed here. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the U.S. men's national soccer team. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Josh DiMaggio here for Milwaukee Weight Loss. I've been on this journey since January and have already lost 35 pounds. It's been easy, safe, and their team continued to help me reach my goals. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. And for a limited time, get $200 off the spring special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary. Remember how you felt when you were 25? Your morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee. Does it feel like you're losing your edge? You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back to being the guy you used to be. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Got your tax refund? Before it mysteriously disappears, invested in something you'll actually see every day. Your home. At Exterior Pros and Baths, turn that refund into energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel. And they'll take it even further with $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during the April savings event. But don't wait, this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Chris McIntosh is out as the Wisconsin athletic director, taking a job with the Big Ten Conference.
Yay!
Many rejoice.
Congratulations.
Why are we not happy?
He got the easy way out.
Oh, well, you know.
He didn't have to pay for anything. He just went in, I'll take your money from the government, figure out NIL to yourself. Luke Fickle.
Director of strategy, some new made-up role. So now the entire Big Ten Conference outside of Wisconsin can feel what we felt when he makes a decision.
Hey, show him some respect. It's the commissioner of strategy.
Commissioner.
Assistant to the commissioner of strategy.
What it feels
would
like.
be best. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strouf running the show.
Is he going to be the next Big Ten commissioner?
No.
Doesn't this kind of set him up to be that? He's only 45.
How well liked is he by all other athletic directors? That's what it's about. But yeah, these other
they
schools
love him. Look what he's done with Wisconsin.
Do you think the University of Michigan and Ohio State are going to allow for him to be the athletic director of the Big Ten or commissioner of the Big Ten Conference?
Just as the Big Ten is regaining national dominance, right? You had Michigan win the national championship, Ohio State, Indiana in football. Michigan just won the national basketball championship. You're bringing in a guy like Chris McIntosh. Oh boy!
What's your resume?
Yeah,
in your time.
I mean, all you gotta do is say I hoodwinked the state to giving us $14 million. I can show you the steps on how to do that.
Think what I can do to the federal government.
Yeah, I'll show you the blueprint. I'm so serious about this. The magnificent. He hoodwinked them
for him and the university, not necessarily for the state.
Yeah, but if they can do it in other places, that's a win. The Big Ten, that's a great strategy business model.
Sure, but you need people who actually use the $14.6 million before there's an uproar.
You think Iowa ain't going to be willing to do that? You think Nebraska ain't going to be willing to do that?
They don't need people don't need to. Most don't need to do this.
Yeah.
Because they're raising money themselves.
Minnesota ain't raising too much. I'm sure they're
It's Minnesota. They're irrelevant. We don't talk about them in anything.
But they beat us.
Damn.
They did. Sure did.
Damn.
They've dominated the Axe the last 5 years.
Stop. I don't want.
I'm just saying.
This is a day of moving forward.
I'm just being honest.
For at least from the athletic director
Do you
standpoint.
think the athletic director will be in place by the time football season starts?
That I don't know. I don't know.
I have a feeling. I'm telling you, I have a feeling it's not going to happen until the start of the end of the first semester, when everyone December 23rd, I think, is the end of that first semester. In between that December 23rd to when students come back, that will probably be hopefully when the system president's in.
Yeah, no.
And so
Fickell's going to be here for 2 years.
No. The worst case scenario.
So you're going to.
I would.
You're going to get left behind quickly if it's going to be that late. And I probably agree with you. I don't think that we'd be lucky if at that point everything is in place for this thing to operate.
Yeah, the worst case scenario is they try to align the new chancellor and the athletic director to start in the summer of 2027. That's the worst. Yeah.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. Very long time. Strouf will be married by then, right?
Wow. Congratulations.
Thanks, Brad.
What's the date?
What do you mean?
You're not sharing?
Not public
The
yet?
date of my wedding?
Yeah.
It's not public yet.
Powerful.
Kyle just went in my ear and said, it's not in May, is it? No, it is not.
That's right. I think.
Why is it not public?
I guess we haven't announced it yet. I don't know.
Is that
what's going on? Why are you being so weird about it? You don't want me to. You don't want people
told
that
everybody you were proposing before you had proposed.
Right, but I haven't told everybody I need to that when the date is, because we just found out last week.
Oh.
So I haven't. I haven't told. I don't think I've told my mom yet.
What?
Okay, that's fair.
I'm pretty sure
That's
you told
fair
me
to
the
wait.
date.
Bro, this guy didn't tell his mom. I guarantee when he found out, he told as many people as possible. He's just being weird about it. And as we know, Kyle, he's alive, so there's a good chance he told his mom.
He is alive.
I told my mom the venue, but I don't think I told her the date.
Okay, so now she knows the venue though, Kyle, but doesn't know the date. I love it. I said we'd get to it, but I actually want to give the appropriate amount of time. So in 2 short minutes across ESPN Wisconsin, we will get to Doc Rivers. Giannis Antetokounmpo was absolutely shocked. He couldn't believe it. It was crazy. I'm shocked too. I didn't know. No one saw it coming.
Wait, what happened?
You haven't seen Giannis's reaction?
Wait,
he didn't even know Doc got fired.
What? Doc got fired?
I mean, not fired, but
shocked. Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's reaction to finding out Doc Rivers will no longer be the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks next.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace, and April is the perfect time to reset your home for the long run. And Universal Windows Direct makes that decision so easy. Right now, when you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and there's no limit. Plus, you'll get 24 months with no payments and no interest. They're also offering a $500 bonus off your next home improvement project. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
There's nothing more meaningful that you can do for yourself, your family, or your friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy time with you again, especially heading into vacation season. QC Kinetics takes care of your pain in the office, and you go right on with your day. It's that easy. If you say yes to any of these questions, you are the kind of patient that QC Kinetics regenerative treatments help every single day. If you have consistent joint pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back, the pain keeps you from getting a good night's sleep. If you're missing work or saying no to activities that you enjoy, if you don't want surgery or a long recovery, and you feel like you're at the end of your rope, taking medications every day just to get through. If you answered yes to any one of those, today could be your day to turn that corner and finally get relief. With locations in Mequon and Greenfield, plus weekend appointments, QC Kinetics treatments are made easy. Done in office, and you go about your day. The consultation is absolutely free, so don't wait. Give them a call today at 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line. A lot of reaction early on to Chris McIntosh departing as AD, heading to the Big Ten Conference. If you missed any of the first hour, YouTube at ESPN Wisconsin or ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Madison. Strouf does a great job getting a podcast up pretty quick if you want to get on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Full show. Ben, Kyle, Brad, Strouf running the show. The Bucs season is over.
Thank goodness.
That was long, sad, depressing, frustrating.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, Thanasis, Shams, Doc, Horst, Haslam, Edens. Everyone's had an opinion about the way things have gone, haven't they?
It's been a circus.
It's been a circus.
Oh, even Cam Thomas was only here for 3 weeks, did.
But I don't know if Giannis knew that Doc would potentially not be the coach.
I haven't heard it yet. It's a shock to me, but hey, he's had 25 years as a coach, incredible coach.
It's a shock to me, but hey.
Hey, he had 25 years of coach, great coach.
You a lie, Giannis.
Yeah.
You a lie.
Giannis is shocked. Yeah, Giannis, you knew Doc was getting fired. You knew, or he wasn't going to be the coach. Doc had sprinkled these little breadcrumbs all over the place already, talking about how he was going to hang out.
I'm surprised he didn't Giannis say
he telepathed or telegraphed it.
I know he's looking forward to Grandparents' Day.
I'm just, you know what? I give Giannis credit for acting shocked because it just seems to me.
What do you mean acting? He didn't act. If you can see him in the
he
video,
said, I'm shocked.
Oh wow!
You can hear it in his voice, but you can see it in his face.
Saying shocked is how I know he.
Yeah. I'm so shocked.
I'm shocked, bro. Y'all just went 32-50. It is the second worst season you have had as an NBA player. What do you mean you shocked? Y'all haven't been good. You know how bad this team is, and you know the reason why this team is bad. So I think it's pretty evident and obvious that Doc Rivers needed to go from this team. But I give him credit because that is professionalism right there. Not that mess Doc was doing last week and taking shots at different folks. That was professionalism where he gave him his credit, even though Doc played a role in Giannis not playing.
Yeah, this all is now turning into an approval rating off. Who can say the most right things until the divorce is final?
Yeah, you're exactly right. And
I'm shocked.
It felt like
you ain't shocked.
It felt like there was a period of airing of dirty laundry where it's like I got to get my side out of the story out to the public to make sure that the approval rating stays high. Now it's just Giannis is a lot of things. He's not a great actor. Right? He's just not a great actor. And he's never been in a position where he wants to act. He wants to be authentically himself. Normally, I give him a ton of credit, he'll say the truth. How many times did he get asked, hey, you're going to be the Buck next year? Oof, I don't know. It's day to day, things like that. Giannis is always authentic and honest. And I appreciate that about Giannis. So, he answered it correctly. Because what's he going to say? Yeah, that was deserved. Yeah, after a season like that, I could see it coming. Yeah, oh yeah, Doc got fired. Sure, makes a lot of sense. He can't say that, so he's just a guy who is always so honest, so authentic. In a moment where he knows he can't be authentic, it's not like he's trying to hide it super well.
And he's not trying to throw anybody under the bus, so he wasn't trying to throw Doc under the bus.
Doc was telling you I'm going to be gone.
He was, but with the dysfunction that we've seen from all these different articles, whether it's Shams' article, whether it's Eric Name from The Athletic, talking about all the different things that have happened, and really the crazy, narcissistic, not ignorant, but arrogant mindset of Doc Rivers, which I guess he's earned it. He won a championship and he's been around. He's in the Hall of Fame. I guess he's earned that right to be arrogant. But yeah, you Google him, and what does Google tell you? Google tells you that he blows a lot of 3-1 leagues in the playoffs. He's known to do that. But seeing all these random stories that were confirmed by players in the locker room and veteran players in the locker room, how he had complained about the players ruining his reputation, told the players to Google him, he is the biggest problem.
Giannis is shocked, though. Giannis is shocked by this, despite how Doc Rivers opened up taking this job.
Listen, I've never done this. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. I can tell you that just from the day and a half. But it's going to be a challenge. it's a challenge that I'm running towards.
Wow. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that somebody who said that in an introductory press conference to a team is no longer with said team.
I still can't get over that line at your introductory press conference. And again, I understand it was a weird situation, but
they were 30-13
when they fired Griffin. I think they had lost 2 of 3, so I think they were like 31-15. But they were still 16 games over 500, and they were the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference. Doc was the Eastern Conference All-Star coach 2 weeks later. Like, he walked into a pretty solid situation for being hired midseason.
Yeah, he goes, I've been here a day and a half, and
does this keep Giannis? Does this help keep Giannis?
No, it's too late. It's over. Dude, the problem wasn't just Doc. The problem is the entire organization. Jimmy Haslam was running his mouth in Cleveland answering a question about the Bucks when he was talking about hiring a new coach for the Cleveland Browns. So, no, the problem is when you look around, listen, Giannis talks about loyalties in his DNA. But what Giannis found out being a professional is that loyalty is not reciprocated. You look around that locker room, all his people are gone. It is basically Bobby Portis and Thanasis. That is all that he knows. When you look up and down, just even when you go to the president of the Milwaukee Bucks, Peter Fagan, gone, right? So the ownership, when you talk about Mark Lazary, gone. So when he looks up and down of the organization that he was once part of, everybody is gone but him. There is no loyalty in sports. And so this is what he's understanding. And so he has no reason to stay here. This team sucks. The organization is bad. And they're not a draft pick away. They're not a trade away. They are multiple players away. You need to have a minimum of 2 superstars and a really good role players or bench to be able to win the championship. The Bucks are so far away from that, and that's why it is best for Giannis to leave the Bucks if he wants to win the championship. If he wants to sit and lose, sure, stay Giannis and see what happens. If you want to
$275 million Supermax.
He said it ain't about the money. He already said that. He told Eric Name of The Athletic, they asked him, but what about the money? He said, okay, take the money out of it. I got a lot of that. Would you stay with a team based off what you see? Would you want to be part of that? And they said, okay, well, we got it. We understand.
You're right in Kyle saying that everything needs to get burned to the ground except for Giannis, staying at least. But he's likely going to leave anyway, so it leaves you back to the conclusion that this whole thing needs to be a massive reset. The problem is, who's going to be making all the decisions in the reset?
John Horst about to get fired too.
Man, these Badger and Bucks conversations are really fascinating. The good news for the Badgers is we don't know if the person who's going to be the chancellor is going to be making good decisions or not. But the Bucks, they have somebody who's going to be making the decisions, and we can pretty much tell you they're going to be crap decisions based off his history as the owner of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, you're basically giving Jimmy Haslam a blank slate with a franchise. How does that work for anything when it comes to the Cleveland Browns?
That's cinema, Brad.
It's cinema. Get your popcorn ready. It's going to be exciting, but not for the way we want it to be.
Yeah, I just hope that Jimmy understands that, hey, I'm failing at running the Cleveland Browns. Maybe I should hire really good
You want people to
minds.
understand a lot of things. You want this person hiring in the Badgers to understand. You want Kyle wants Jimmy Haslam, a billionaire, to understand X, Y, and Z. He ain't gonna be listening to anybody. He's a billionaire. He does whatever he wants.
If you're a billionaire and you own a team and you hire some people and they struggle, are you blaming yourself or are you blaming them?
Well, I do self-reflection, so maybe I'm too poor to understand this.
I'm blaming them
because if I buy something or I invest in something and it sucks, I can't blame the investment. I have to blame myself for making a poor decision, and I need to say, well, how do I avoid doing this poor decision? Maybe I shouldn't be making a decision or choices.
No, you just say not everyone is as smart as me.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't have $1 billion.
This franchise
they don't have billions and billions of dollars. They're idiots.
Because he is a good businessman.
So who do you think Jimmy's going to blame from Giannis wanting to leave? I just got here. It's not my fault.
He's just a dramatic superstar. That's all. He's a dramatic superstar who's getting old. That's what Jimmy's probably saying.
He made the worst investment in NFL history.
With Deshaun Watson.
Yes. He made the worst investment in NFL history. If that doesn't tell you enough about yourself when you need some self-reflection, then I don't know what will.
800-990-3776. AJ in Baltimore. The Milwaukee Bucks are the UW Badgers of the NBA.
Oh, come on.
That's not.
Which is in a worse state?
The Badgers.
Really? I think the Bucks
are. The thing with the Badgers
There's an opportunity for the Badgers if they get it right. The Bucks could be. Yes.
Luke Fickell's still the head coach, bro.
Yeah, but
I'm talking over the next 5 years. You can turn
plenty of opportunity for the Bucks in the next 5.
Bro, you saw what Indiana did. You can turn around a football program faster than you can turn around a franchise. Look how long it took OKC to get to where they were. And it took a lot of things going their way in the lottery and picks and all of that.
Sure, but that was also a team that was in an NBA Finals.
You're losing Giannis
12 years prior.
Yeah, I think what you're missing is Wisconsin athletics. Legitimately, you can fire Luke.
They won 4 games last year. Why are we acting like they're good?
Do you know how many games?
No one's saying that.
How many games did Indiana win the year
It can be fixed quicker.
They are the laughing stock of the Big Ten, guys.
It can be fixed quicker. There is a blueprint that took 50 years in between championships for the Bucks.
They got the best head coaching option 3 years ago, and he's gotten worse every year. Why are we acting like there's a blueprint? If there's a blueprint, they better burn the damn thing because they can't follow it.
Strouf, you do realize Indiana was 3-9 and 1-8 in the Big Ten in 2020.
They have Mark Cuban,
but they didn't have Mark.
They didn't
Cuban
have Mark
day
Cuban
one.
until after year one.
Yeah, so we need to stop with that. Understand.
You guys are still holding out hope here.
Not on Fickle, just that once he's done.
There's not a president, a chancellor, or an athletic director, Ben.
You're being dramatic.
That's a fact.
It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity that once you have the people in place, you can get somebody.
If they make the right hire at AD, I mean a great hire, a home run hire, I will have optimism.
Jimmy Haslam's the owner of the Bucks, Strouf.
Yeah, that is fixed.
Jimmy Haslam, and he's not going anywhere.
Can I just make it very clear? I'm not stating either of these teams are going to be competing for championships anytime soon. But at least there's some sense of direction for one.
No, what is the sense?
What are you talking about?
What direction do they have? Tell me.
They have to make a decision in the next couple of weeks. It's either you are going to do everything you can to keep Giannis and get him to sign
That's
the
not
Supermax,
direction.
or you prepare for life after Giannis, and that involves picks and players, etc. They have clearly 2 lanes to go down. Just 2. The Badgers
They've
have
had that for the entire
300.
year. Giannis made it clear he didn't want to be here before the season, which is why he almost went to New York. And then they didn't train him at the deadline. They're going by the seat of their pants right now.
Strouf sounds like somebody who was coming of age as the Milwaukee Bucks were getting good, and he doesn't know what mediocrity looks like.
I understand.
No.
From 2002 to
bro, how old were you in
2017?
02? How old were you in 02?
I was 3 or 4.
Okay.
I'm not
you were living and dying with Ray Allen.
Living and dying with mediocrity on the little tight soup.
From 2002 until 2010.
Look at me. I'm tractor trailer.
Yeah, for real. Like, he don't even know who Robert Tractor Trailer is.
But I'm very aware of who he is, of course. He was involved in which trade was that? Very big one.
Oh, yeah.
No. He's very aware.
Oh, Dirk, right? Dirk?
How did that trade go down?
The Bucks had the rights to Dirk Nowitzki in the trade. They sent him to Dallas, got him back, right?
What happened was, pre-draft, they had already determined what was going to happen when they were going to trade the rights.
I was close.
Yeah, you're right. We drafted Dirk and then they traded him. Just like we drafted Stephon Marbury.
I actually want to have this conversation after Jason Wilde. Which do you have more faith in?
Yeah, I like it.
I can't believe you're
It's a riveting convo. I can't wait to talk about the bottom of the bottoms. Jason Wilde next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I legitimately understand sugar.
Is it good, Brad?
It's unbelievable. It's so good. I'm changed. Not for the better.
Come on.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Northbound on 4394, right in the Marquette, heading into the Marquette, with the right lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. So looks like it's a truck, and so we've got big delays stretching all the way back to Beecher. On southbound 43, we have delays from Locust down into the Marquette. Westbound 94, you're slowing down from 35th Street to Hawley Road. Same thing for the eastbound side, only flip it from Hawley Road to about 35th Street. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, chance of rain and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and warm, a chance for afternoon storms, a high of 75. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yuengling Guest Hotline. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yuengling Guest Hotline.
He is Adam Schefter. But it's hard to argue with what he's doing. He's playing at an elite level right now.
The Yuengling Guest Hotline on ESPN Wisconsin.
They're winning games. He's playing great football. I think every time he does that, he wins over more and more people.
Yuengling, now officially in Wisconsin. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
How are things at Kessler's Greenfield, Kelly?
Fantastic. I heard you have an idea for springtime. I love spring. I have a big collection of new life to show you.
New life is a spring thing.
Show us. I call it crosses and clovers. These are amazing. Well done, Kelly.
These are stunningly unique.
Kelly, the surface of this 4-leaf clover is fantastic. What's it made of? Sarah, the surface of that lucky 4-leaf clover is made of crushed black diamonds. Wow. I'm buying this one. How much? $185. In yellow gold vermeil, it's just $270. This cross, $90.
And these initials pendants?
These are $60.
Clovers, crosses, and personalized pendants.
And a leprechaun that says they're magically delicious. Sarah, that's a breakfast cereal.
Kelly, you've done well.
Extremely well. Extremely very well. Happy springtime, everyone.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and you can take action locally. Join La Causa on April 13th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at Blue Tender, a special fundraising event at Blue at the Pfister, supporting La Causa's Crisis Nursery, southeastern Wisconsin's only shelter providing emergency care for children in crisis. Enjoy a night out while giving back, with 100% of tips and 10% of bar sales donated, and all proceeds matched. Make your impact go twice as far. Visit lacausa.org for details.
Homer here for Window Nation. Spring is a great time to open your windows, and wait, your windows won't open? They leak or crack or need repairing? Again? During Window Nation's The More You Buy, The More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off, plus you could get 0 interest for 5 years. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, ask how you could score a pair of Brewers tickets. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is your home. Visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
He was not taken out of context. He said the whole thing.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
I don't think that means much, though. Like, it very rarely happens.
Holding everybody accountable.
They need to be more mature.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Joining us now on the Yuengling Guest Hotline is Jason Wilde, host of Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these various stations. Jason, what's going on?
Not much, guys. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. What did it feel like for you on Wilde and Tausch, as there's been a lot of news stories and social clips about Mark Tauscher being someone who would be potentially open to taking the athletic director job? I think started by Evan Cohen, of all people.
Yeah, I don't know why Evan would throw that out there, considering that I would like to keep doing this show for as long as possible. I don't want him to be the athletic director. Maybe that's selfish of me, but nevertheless.
Would he be better at being the athletic director or your co-host of Wilde and Tausch?
He's great as my co-host. Like, he's a freaking genius. So you'll never hear me say a bad word about him. I thought today he was in kind of a tough spot, right?
No doubt.
He and Mac are not just former teammates, but good friends. He was certainly very supportive of Mac throughout his candidacy, and then when he got the opportunity, and rightfully so. I mean, look, let's not pretend that Mac was so inept. Barry Alvarez is a pretty good evaluator, I would think. And if Mac had stepped into the world that Barry Alvarez and Pat Richter were in, I feel pretty good about the job he would have done. Unfortunately, the day he started was the day that NIL became a thing, right? July 1st of 2021. And so, look, I'm obviously I want to see Wisconsin succeed. It's my alma mater. I don't want Tausch to go anywhere, whether it's to be the athletic director or someday be Jason X, offensive line coach and assistant head coach, whatever the case may be. But the bottom line is that they just did not navigate the new world of college athletics, and there were too many self-inflicted mistakes. I don't know what you guys. I haven't gotten to watch back the breaking news digi only that you guys did that Evan suggested Tausch for the athletic director job, but whether it was the bricks or it was the not really thinking very forward thinking about the football facility and how it was going to affect the best in class track and field teams and all. There's just been some
women's
self-inflicted mistakes. Yeah, I just so my point is that I think this is probably a chance for a reset for everybody, but you can't have. The problem is they fell behind in an era where some schools hit the ground running, and by their own admission, I mean, my God, the catchphrase for the football team is "close the gap." Like I still think that tells you everything you need to know about where the engine that drives the athletic department is at.
When the Dontavion Wicks trade to the Eagles occurred,
Thank you for changing the subject.
Yes, of course. Let's bring it back to the Packers, shall we? How'd that hit you? Were you surprised? Did you see that coming? And any other deal making that you think Goody does before the draft starts?
I definitely wasn't surprised. I think that it was pretty clear that Goody wanted to have more picks, and he is successfully gotten more, and I'm guessing he'll work to get even more later on during the draft. I think the whispers about Wicks being on the trade block, I'm sure that came from the agent and getting it out there.
Was
right?
he one of the disgruntled's?
Well, I was just going to say thank you. That was my next thought was I have a feeling that, if he's a real competitor, why the hell would he have been happy with his role? He had career lows in snaps, targets, receptions, yards, and touchdowns. I would be concerned about him if he wasn't disgruntled. Now, the question was he problematic when he was disgruntled, right? That's really the greater question. So, again, I don't think it's like this catastrophic loss, but at the same time, I don't know, Brad. They don't win the Detroit game without him, right, on Thanksgiving, and then they have to play the Minnesota game that Tausch always teases me for covering, because then it would have meant something. They would have needed to win that to get into the playoffs. So, I just get nervous when you have good players on inexpensive contracts, like he was for one more year. If you let him walk at the end of his contract, fine. But, wide receiver is not a place where guys stay healthy for all 17 games, everybody on the depth chart. And so I'm curious to see what Matthew Golden does with his opportunity. I'm curious to see what Savion Williams is. But do I think they're a better team without Dontavion Wicks on the roster? I do not.
Jason, do you think they're more likely to sign Reed or they're more likely to sign
I thought you were supposed to get the first question going forward.
Oh, that's right. I actually think...
I'm pretty sure Alex Strouf said, there's no way that Ben remembers that he said that.
Yeah, he almost guaranteed he forgets this on Monday.
And also, I have to call Kyle's question out because last time we talked to Jason about Reed or Watson, I'm pretty sure Jason said there might be a potential opportunity to sign both Watson, Reed, and Kraft.
I said which one's more likely? Who's going to get that contract?
It could be both, according to Jason.
The problem, right? We just talked about injuries, and the problem is I think we've seen Jaden Reed be nicked up, but play through a lot of stuff until he broke his collarbone. And we've seen Christian Watson. He played 15 games 2 years ago and then blew out his knee in the regular season finale. And then last season, obviously he missed the first half of the year, but, he came back and played at an extremely high level. So, again, I don't know exactly what they're thinking there. The one person that Goody's on the record talking about is saying that that he thinks it would be beneficial for both sides for Christian Watson to stay in Green Bay. But I'm also guessing that they don't want to, overextend themselves and overpay for him. I personally would try to get Jaden Reed on kind of a discounted, maybe a 3-year deal. And then what I would do after that is I would wait and see how far into the season Christian Watson has stayed healthy. And if we're, 10 games in, I'm ready to pay him too. I just think there's risk in both. And the question is, how much risk are they willing to take on?
Jason Wilde joining us here on Kyle, Brust and Norman on the Yuengling Guest Hotline. Jason, I know you have to go, but one more quick one for you. When you think about this upcoming draft, do you see any potential? I know there's a lack of assets that he would ever move into the first round. I guess you would say never. But do you see that happening?
I would say that. No, I don't see that happening. I see it happening next year. I don't know how many.
They could have a lot of compensatory picks next year.
Right. So they've acquired the extra pick for Gary. They've got another pick. I mean, by the way, I should have said this before, but trading Wicks and getting 2 picks for him, I can have to say that that's a good trade by him. Like, as much as I think they're better with Wicks on the roster, I think that's probably pretty smart when you get not 1 but 2 picks for him. That said, I think next year you've got those 2 picks. You've got probably 4 comp picks. So now you're talking about 6 picks in addition to the existing 6 they have.
Damn.
That puts you in the ballpark for having 12 picks. That should give you a chance to make some sort of a trade if you choose to go up into the first round.
Jason, we appreciate the time. We will talk to you on Thursday.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde, host of Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these very stations. I'm sorry.
I don't think they get in the first round next year.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I messed up.
Oh no, I really don't care. I forgot myself, but I will say the Packers aren't going to be a bad team next year. If you got a pick in the 50s, you're not getting into the first round.
All I can think about with all these picks in 2027 is that is Goody's ammo for the future Packers, for Jordan Love's next window, not this current window.
That's true.
Opportunity to remake the team for version 2.
We can discuss the Badgers. We can discuss the Brewers. We can discuss Doc.
Do we have to discuss the Brewers?
No.
Okay, thank you.
You want to avoid it?
Yeah.
5-game losing streak hurting a little bit?
Yeah.
Hurting me too.
Yeah. Yesterday was
Terang said they're going to bounce out of it.
They will. It's just,
all right, we did it. We did it. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And you're disrupting my flow.
No, your flow.
Dang nabbit.
Dang nabbit, I had a good flow.
Gee golly willikers.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, looks like southbound on 41 has got the backups now from about the county line or just before all the way down to Appleton Avenue. That is one of the construction zones we're dealing with there. And then we've also got another one on the northbound side between Mayfair Road and Burleigh, where we're seeing most of those delays. Southbound 43 backing up from about Burleigh all the way down through the Marquette and onto the high rise, with the northbound side backing up from about Beecher Street up into the Marquette. And westbound 94, heavy ride from about 30th Street all the way to Hawley Road, eastbound slowing down from Mitchell Boulevard to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, chance of rain and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and warm, a chance for afternoon storms, a high of 75. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, is Kyle Wallace right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free in 24 months with no payments or interest plus $500 off. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
You've always been competitive at work, in the gym, even with your kids. But lately you feel off. Workouts take longer to recover from. Your drive just isn't there. You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back the energy to being dad again. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Turn your dream kitchen into a reality with the IKEA Dream Kitchen event. Now through April 21st, IKEA family members save 10% when they spend $3,000 or more on section kitchen cabinets and eligible appliances and countertops. That's modern style, smart storage, and everyday functionality designed your way. Plus, section cabinets come with a 25-year limited warranty. Not sure where to start? IKEA's expert kitchen planners are here to guide you every step of the way. Your dream kitchen is closer than you think. So visit IKEA Oak Creek or IKEA.us today.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strouf is running the show. You, KBN Nation, as always, can get in at 800-990-3776, the Carpless Talking text line. This is more. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison, of course, the ESPN Wisconsin app. I have an idea.
Oh, yay.
Kyle all of a sudden said, do we have to talk about the Milwaukee Brewers? What do you want to talk about?
What do I want to talk about? Well, I want to keep talking about Doc Rivers and this mess with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Fire away!
All right, well,
what's the mess? What's the big thing?
We could just simply talk about the mess that Doc Rivers literally came here and he ruined the Milwaukee Bucks. He ruined the culture of the Milwaukee Bucks, right? And we went from a place of, yes, Adrian Griffin wasn't a very good coach for the Bucks at all, and obviously they wanted to move on from him. But Doc Rivers came and he absolutely nuked the damn Bucks. He made them worse. He made our superstar.
Whoa! You said he nuked the Bucks, and Soren and Hartland called in and called him a terrorist? This is getting a little too far.
Terrorists ain't got nukes. Let me stop before I go too far. But I will say what this organization was 2 years ago, even when we got Dame, and where it is now, is absolutely unbelievable. The level of excitement that we all had when we traded for Damian Lillard, we thought that this was going to be an opportunity for the Bucks to win a championship. Little did we know that was going to be the start of the collapse of something that we had is a great run for a decade. It absolutely was the beginning of the end for the Bucks, and we had fool's gold last year. Bobby told us we had fool's gold this year. And the worst part about all of this is we heard Adrian Griffin was terrible. But I don't think Adrian Griffin is anywhere as close as bad of chemistry and as bad as leadership as what you saw from Doc Rivers in the locker room based off things that he said to these grown men, things he said to the players, even what he said last week taking shots at Shams, even what I believe last week, I think he was alluding to Cam Thomas potentially being one of the players that may have leaked things. This was an absolute disaster, and it's beyond just winning and losing. It is to the point now where you are talking about a restart for organization, which we all should know that having a player of Giannis caliber is not normal. Winning championships is something that is far and few in between, and now you're talking about an organization that may take 5 to 10 years to actually get back on. So, again, what we saw is the deconstruction of a great foundation, a great locker room, a great organization is absolutely gone, and Doc was a part of that.
Are you suggesting that this all would unfold differently with Giannis's tenure as a Buck if they hired somebody different?
Yes.
Like, you think Giannis would be a Buck for life if they hire a different head coach?
You hired a coach that looked at Giannis and said, I don't give a damn who you are.
You're not saying
I am
that's
Doc.
forced.
I am Doc Rivers. Even Coach Bud, when he looked at Giannis, he understood that Giannis was the man.
He was the prize.
He was
the prize for Bud. Doc didn't think he needed a prize because he's going into the Hall of Fame.
When a coach tells you to, when he tells a locker room full of grown men and players to Google me, disastrous. Terrible culture. You have to be above all that. You have to work together, stay together as a unit. You as a coach, you can't get into the minutia. You can't get into the name calling. You have to be above all that. Clearly, he was not. And especially with Eric Name from The Athletic reporting that it got so bad that he was telling the guys that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Strouf, he was basically ruining his reputation. They were ruining his reputation. Like, that's crazy.
He claimed that onto them?
That is
players?
based off a quote that we have here from The Athletic. He was claiming that basically they were messing up his reputation as a coach.
Wow. Way too self-focused, clearly.
John in Milwaukee, you're on the Carbless Talking text line. What do you got?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm here to commiserate with Kyle. The thing I can't get past is the fact that since Doc Rivers took over, the team has not improved in anything. There's not one thing you can say, hey, you know what? They got better in this category. They haven't, and that's the part that just grinds me down, is seeing them just stagnate and get worse.
I was trying to think of something that they got better at.
He told them, according to players, per multiple sources with knowledge of the situation, Rivers informed the veterans that he believed they had failed him during this season and questioned the group's commitment, conditioning, focus, and leadership. They failed him.
Wow.
They didn't fail each other. They failed him. That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard come out of a coach's mouth. You failed me, guys. What? You the one making the decisions.
That's no different than the report in the locker room about Google Me, right? Like all of it seemed very, If it's coming out from Shams to Eric Name to everyone, when there's smoke, there's fire, and it seems like there was more than just smoke.
But then you'd think that Doc stepping down then would significantly help the chance Giannis comes back. But you said earlier,
This is deeper.
It's too late.
Deeper.
Giannis is probably at the point like y'all hired him, and then what makes it worse is that listen, we've all been in relationships. We all have siblings, right? And it's very different than with siblings. But when you feel like somebody is choosing someone else over you, then you have resentment, because I really believe that Giannis looked at this season, and even he says, I realized this year that I have no control. That's what Giannis said. I have no control. And that was something that was a realization for him. And once you feel you have no control, that means you don't have a voice. And going from Giannis believing he has all this voice and all this say in his organization to saying, I have no control. I can't control.
You could see it if you went to Fiserv Forum and you looked over. He was a different person.
Yeah,
this year he was so disconnected from the organization and the team. It was basically like, I think the players got along because it was like they all probably didn't like Doc, and they were all commiserating, just like our guy John in Milwaukee was with Kyle there on the phone call. Everyone just like kind of navigate towards like, bleep this guy, like let's just go hang out and eat candy on the bench. This is fascinating audio because half of it is true and half of it is kind of hilarious. Shams Charania of ESPN joined Pat McAfee, and this soap opera is it's nonstop.
Listen, the reality of everything in Milwaukee is this. If they spent as much time dealing with their own internal dynamics and problems as they do responding to accurate reports, they wouldn't be in the mess that they're in right now. I'm just focused on doing the job at the highest of levels that I possibly can.
Okay, so Doc leaves. You
spit a bar that you've been thinking of saying for a long time right now about, wow.
Here, I got one more for you. All right. So I watched some documentaries from time to time. I saw one on Fire Festival, right? And so the part we're at now is when everyone wants to run and you're doing the cover up. And again, it's totally fine. Jeez. I'm just here to document and cover it the right way. And I feel like we've done an unbelievable job tracking everything. And at the end of the day, the last month and a half, we've seen it.
What people have to understand. What people have to understand. And when you have discontent in the locker room, and when you lose, people start asking you questions. Eventually, people want to vent their frustration. And
especially when you talked about what you just did about what Doc was saying to them.
Exactly. So when you talk about venting frustration, you vent your frustration to people where you have journalists that hear this stuff. They're around, they see stuff, and they get told stuff, and they're told, you know what? I can't say anything. But once the clock strikes midnight, once the season was over, once Doc got fired, Eric Name came out with all this intel with the Athletic. You had Shams come out with additional taking shots as well. You got all this now, all this stuff coming out. Giannis telling people, I have no control. I can't dictate what my future is. Now everybody is singing like a little bird, all the stuff that happened behind the scenes. And so that's why I put this solely on Doc Rivers, because it's one thing to be a bad team. It's another thing to lose the locker room and the coach don't even know how to control it. We talk about Matt LaFleur not being able to control the locker room. Doc Rivers didn't give a damn about that.
Big difference.
Doc Rivers was more interested in moving training camp out to California so he can go golfing than focusing on them actually winning.
It was
a
dictatorship. It was never a collaborative effort.
Yeah, he was a terrible dictator. He was worse than a dictator from Borat.
I need Kyle's help.
Need my help now.
Interesting.
What do you need my help with now?
What are you an expert at?
Ooh, a lot. I can do a lot of things. I'm an expert at telling people like it is.
Like sitting on hold and getting refunds?
I got a refund this morning. No lies. I sat on the phone this morning, got a refund. What y'all talking about?
Of course you did.
I drive into work. It was taking
you
too
just
long.
Can't make it up.
You think I'm playing?
Can I ask what the refund was on, or do we have to keep that private?
No, you could say American Home Shield.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, American. It's a warranty, a home warranty.
Can you get me $120 back?
Yeah, that sounds easy. Well, I mean, you got to tell me what it was for. I mean, I'm sure.
Next.
All right.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, Gabe, also, did you call us idiots?
Yeah, it's exactly what I told you. Yes.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Cardless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Cardless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
An epic Brewers Pirates series is coming April 24th through the 26th. Kick it off with Star Wars Night on Friday the 24th. And check out a post-game laser show presented by ESPN Milwaukee. Then on Saturday the 25th, get a Brewers Windbreaker giveaway courtesy of Courts. Wrap up the series with Family Sunday fun and kids cheer free. Plus, the first 5,000 kids take home an Abner Uribe poster. Grab a seat at Brewers.com.
This is Coach Greg Gard. Strong teams succeed with the right partners. Bank CMG works closely with Wisconsin business owners, offering local insight, modern tools, and honest guidance you can trust. They take the time to understand your goals and help you build something sustainable. Whether you're managing cash flow, planning for growth, or navigating change, having the right banking partner matters. When your business matters, your bank should too. BankCMG.com.
Spring Black Friday is on at the Home Depot. Save on grills and patio sets that will be sure to bring your hosting game up a notch. Fire up your feast with help from the Home Depot and save on grills. Like the Next Grill 4-burner propane gas grill was $249, now in special buy for $199. Or give everyone the best seat in the yard with the Hampton Bay Mayfield Park 4-piece conversation set for only $399. Save on grills and patio sets with low prices guaranteed during Spring Black Friday only at the Home Depot. Now through April 22nd while supplies last. Exclusions apply. See HomeDepot.com/price match for details.
As America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive has your back.
Oh, like if I need a replacement part?
Sure, we can help with that.
Ah, nice. Hey, I just entered this online contest for coolest bike in the world. You think maybe you can vote for me?
Actually, we just do insurance, not popularity contests.
Yeah, I know. But what's your email? I'll just send you the link real quick. You can vote like 100 times a day. They'll never know.
To be clear, Progressive has your back for insurance only. So get a quote and see if you can save.
So what I'm hearing is there's a little bit of wiggle room.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions.
Homer here for Window Nation. Spring has arrived and it'll be a great time to open your windows and... Wait, your windows won't open easily? They leak when it rains? They have cracked glass? They need repainting again? It's time to talk with the pros at Window Nation and put an end to your window problems. Getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation, easy and affordable. Right now, during the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, save up to 50% off all your windows. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest financing for 5 years. As a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, book a consultation and ask how you could score a pair of Brewers tickets. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is your home. Experts report that windows retain 80% of their value. With Window Nation, you'll get windows that easily slide open and close, won't leak when it's rainy or windy, and are maintenance free. Put an end to your window problems now. Save big with Window Nations. The more you buy, the more you save. Visit windownation.com to book a consultation.
April is Global Volunteer Month. Wisconsin's volunteers are transforming our communities every day through their acts of service. Wondering how you can give back? Find the perfect volunteer opportunities at volunteerwisconsin.org or contact your local United Way or volunteer center. On volunteerwisconsin.org, you can filter opportunities by location, organization, cause, accessibility, and more to find your best fit. VolunteerWisconsin.org is hosted by United Way of Wisconsin and Serve Wisconsin. Paid for by United Way of Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman wrapping up the ESPN Wisconsin portion. We'll be on until 5 o'clock on 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. We've hit on just about everything you can in the first hour and 50, so if you missed any of it, check out those aforementioned places. You can find us. So on Friday, I left the show and I went all the way up to Kaukauna to play in a basketball tournament.
That's right.
Now, this was a no wife, no kid. They stayed home. So after we play in this basketball game, it's a limited, drinks and play euchre till whenever.
Oh, was drinking in a church?
Yes.
Huh.
Middle school, like a middle school.
Oh, y'all was drinking at a school?
Oh, yeah. We were in the school cafeteria.
Oh, that's crazy.
Bro, it's up there.
I guess so. Ain't no rules
yeah,
up
it's
there.
up there.
That's why I keep my black ass down here.
You'd have been fine. Mm-hmm. Would you have liked to have stayed out till 3 a.m. playing euchre?
I don't even know how to play euchre.
Oh, well, it was a blast. But there's the moment in which I checked in to a brand new hotel. Brand new. I was like, this is great. They didn't have this last year or whenever I played last year. It's like, I've been waiting to have my own area and not have to stay at somebody's house that I know. Or, I'm a grown man. I like Brad, sleep snob, right?
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
And it's brand new. Probably low brow, but brand new.
It was nice.
I mean,
all the snacks, brand new coffee area, breakfast area.
Yeah, it probably had a comfort or an inn or a sleep inside the name.
No.
Oh, wow.
How about a stay inside the name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or sweets.
That's my neck of the woods. I'm cheating.
Yeah, Brad would never stay at that.
No, never.
So, Strouf, you nailed it. But it was beautiful, and it was nice.
Yeah, brand new.
I rolled into my room after grabbing a nice hydration drink. When I tell you I laid on a piece of wood. Are you kidding me? $140 for my back to break?
That was the first part. I knew there was had to be a catch. I knew like one of them ends, them stays, them sleeps.
I think I was the first person to ever sleep in this mattress.
Yeah, the first person who actually knew better. I guess you didn't know better.
I didn't know better.
Yeah, I could have told. Listen, bro, you went to Kakana. I could tell you that they ain't got the good luxury hotels. I mean, you said it was new, so they tricked you.
$140. I'm expecting like for my body to sink at least a quarter inch.
Ooh,
this thing was a brick. Ooh. I went to bed at 3. I woke up at 5, 6, 7, and 8:30.
It was that bad.
And you don't understand. Brad, you get this. You get a chance to sleep by yourself and nobody's
no interruptions.
I would have been better sleeping on the concrete outside. I'm not joking.
So,
can you do anything about this?
So
I was so mad. I was so mad.
It's hard because you slept there. It's not like they did something wrong.
Yes, they did.
No, that you just pay. You paid for what you got. You stayed at the
bro. 140 at Kakana feels like 250.
Yeah, that was the top notch hotel, brand new hotel. That was the going rate. You paid the going rate for what they offer in Kakana.
Did you complain in the moment? See, I feel like that is critical. If you came the next morning and said,
Brad, I have been drinking since 9 p.m. and like dropped my car off after we played because it's like, all right, this is one of those nights like where I'm gonna have a big night. And I know I'm going to pay for it, like, when I get home, having to be I know, but I'm doing it. And then to get in that bed and not sleep.
What about the next morning? You woke up, you checked out. Did you say, how was your stay, Mr. Brust?
Bro, do people check out?
Yeah, I drop off the keys.
Some people do, some people don't.
I like the paper receipt.
I don't think I've checked out of a hotel room in
so you just left.
5 years.
You just left and said thanks for the stay?
I didn't say thanks. I went right to my car and I was like, I turned out. Bro, it was nice out. It was 60 degrees, but I turned on my seat warmer for the whole ride for my back.
Yeah.
What would Kyle have done?
Well, I would have complained. So this is what you can do. Because you're not getting your money back. I'm going to tell you that now. You slept there, and if the complaint was you had roaches, anything like there that
it's brand new, no roaches.
Yeah. So then it's like that didn't impact anything outside. But you're like, hey,
no one's creaking, squeaky.
What you can do is you can complain. And you can get some type of credit. Now they may not give you a full, 150 credit.
I love how he he's probably already looked up the policies.
They're gonna tell you this, but then you say that.
I mean, oh my gosh, I hated my stay here. Give me my money back. Okay, well, no, they're not gonna do that, but they will give you a credit.
So if this happened to you, would you call for a credit?
If that happened to me, $150 is a lot of money for me.
Would you complain in the moment? Would you wake up the next morning and say,
yes,
I need to speak to your manager?
I was raised by Mama Wallace, and Mama Wallace said this is absolutely unacceptable of the way that I had to sleep, and something has to be done. And so I probably would have told them, like, listen, like, I stayed here, but I had no choice because I got here so late. I would have left, but because I got in so late, I was expecting a better experience. But this is unbelievable that this mattress was this hard. This doesn't make any sense to me. And so
how many times have honestly? This is a serious question. How many phone calls have you made to get a credit or refund or something back from
too many of them?
Oh, I make
like
calls.
250.
I make 250 in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Ooh, I made a lot of calls. And you don't listen. The life is all about getting the service that you expect. If you don't get the service you expect, or somebody tries to cheat you out of something, you need to let them know. Matter of fact, I got a company that I just said forget it. I got a company that told me when I called them to make a change, I was on the phone with them and I had to do their job because they were like, "Sir, I don't see this number." I said, "Ma'am, okay, I'm gonna take a deep breath. This is the number." And she finally figured out. She offered me a $50 coupon, and I didn't get it yet. And I said, you know what? I'm not even going to complain about that. But no, I call and complain and get refunds
Kyle,
a lot.
What's your greatest victory in this department?
Ooh,
that's a good question.
I don't know.
Give me a top one.
That is a good question because I have so many victories and have so many wins. That's why when I take L's, it's hard to take an L.
What's your win-loss ratio?
Oh, I'm a lot more wins than losses. I got a lot of stuff.
Are you hitting 8 out of 10?
Yeah, 100%.
You're hitting 8 out of 10?
Dude, if I wasn't, I wouldn't even waste my time. Like, the losses I have are rough. I told y'all one of the losses I took, and I'm still fighting that right now. And
Come on.
The bomb is going to be dropped in the next 2 weeks. Let me tell you that. But you just wait on it. I'm taking folks down with me.
Jim, Matt, and Molly are next in Madison. I'm sure Jim Rutledge will continue on keeping you updated on what's going on in Madison. And Chris McIntosh, the Damn Sports Show in Beaver Dam. We will be on until 5 o'clock on 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, and, of course, the ESPN Wisconsin app. 2 minutes.
show that never ends.
Well, we've got some delays. We got a crash as well. Southbound on the Rock Freeway, about a mile and a half past the Racine Avenue ramp. It's off on the left shoulder, so watch out for some delays heading through that area. We've also got some backups on southbound 41 through the construction zone from before the county line all the way down to Appleton Avenue. And then we have one other accident. This is on the ramp from Barker Road to eastbound 94. It's out of the way, so you should be able to get onto the freeway that way, but that's just something to keep in mind. As far as delays are concerned, you got backups on southbound 43 coming in from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, chance of rain and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and warm, a chance for afternoon storms, a high of 75. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Michelob Ultra is brewed here. So is the grit that takes U.S. soccer players to the world's biggest stage. The excitement that fills a stadium before a single ball is kicked. The feeling when we rally together behind one team. From the pitch to the pour, Superior is brewed here. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the U.S. men's national soccer team. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Buying a new roof might not be the most exciting thing you'll do this year, but for us at Big Fish Contracting, being chosen to do that roof for you not only provides income for multiple families in southeastern Wisconsin, but has a global reach and impact around the world. To us, it's more than just a roof. We've been earning trust for over 2 decades, roofing, siding, windows, and more. Go to bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
We are the home for all your Brewers coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN. It's
414.
It's a
414.
sauna.
414.
In here.
414.
80
414.
degrees.
414.
We sweating.
414.
No fear.
414.
But I look cute.
Nothing about Doc being gone there?
Oh, yeah. I was more about me because I know I look handsome today. You know when you get dressed, you say, damn, I look good.
Why'd you use the word cute?
Yeah, that was a strange word.
I was cute today. I was going to say handsome, but look cute today.
I would never want to be called cute.
Why not?
I don't like that.
Guys,
I don't like that.
guys, you need
I want
to.
hands.
This is an emergency.
What? Oh, wow. Look at Sweaty Fitz McGee over there.
That is so much.
It's all the way down your arm.
I know. It's really warm down there.
How much do you sweat when you work out?
Actually, not that bad. It's
not classic.
Can I? Because he doesn't move.
No, it's what I'm normal temperature is when I sweat the most.
Wow.
Like-
you need to be studied.
Yeah, that's fair.
take your
Hyperhidrosis,
shirt
it's
off.
called. I can't be naked.
Why do you have
You've
long
seen a
sleeves
doctor
on
for
today?
I didn't know it was going to be 80 degrees in the studio, Kyle.
No, it's 80 degrees outside.
I wear long sleeves year round.
Do you?
Why?
He's got to hide his lengthy limbs.
I mean, sometimes I'll wear like a polo in the summer, but typically I wear like quarter zips.
How handsome am I in my polo today, by the way?
Looks pretty good.
Bro, no, I don't think we have explained the massive amount of sweat underneath his armpit.
Yeah, you can't see it.
It's disgusting.
For
the radio audience,
in between his elbow and his shoulders where it starts, like in the middle of his bicep.
Closer to his elbow.
Closer to his elbow, all the way to the armpit, and then all the way down to like maybe the middle part of your ribs.
Yeah, it's like his entire lat.
And I'm not joking. Like I'm not.
You really need to take the shirt off. I'm so serious and put on a different shirt. It's
Don't
drenched.
have a different shirt.
It would put the jacket back on. Do something because you're absolutely drenched. You're just sitting in your own funk.
Have you've seen a doctor for this?
He has to have this.
He hasn't gone to the doctor in 9 years. Why would he have gotten this fixed?
That's true.
I'm working on it.
Are you?
My fiance yelled at me this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Oh, tell me more.
She just said, I want you to make it to our wedding, so you got to go see a doctor.
Damn, make it to the wedding. What's wrong?
Nothing.
What started that conversation?
Yes, what started that conversation?
Well,
Backstory.
yeah. I mean, it's as simple as this. So, I had heart surgery when I was young.
Pig heart, yes.
As you referred to me, I do not have a pig heart. That is a joke. But I think when I turned 18, they said, "Hey, every 5 years you got to come back."
Bro, you
And
can't be serious.
You're joking.
2025 was 5 years. The last time I went was 2020. So I put it off in 25. When we were on vacation last summer, I got a call and I was like, I'll call you back. And then it was football season and I forgot to call. So she's been on me about going to see my cardiologist. I don't have a cardiologist in Milwaukee because I haven't gone since I've lived in Stevens Point.
Oh my goodness.
We can't do the competition until you go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
He hasn't been medically cleared.
I'm dead ass serious.
Bro, I'm dead ass serious too.
Yeah.
What?
This is
Bro, you can't. No matter what waiver you sign for the decathlon between Kyle and you, even if you sign that and you die while competing,
I'm not gonna die.
we're not going to be able to get that out of our head.
I feel a level of guilt just participating in the combine event.
Hold on. Can we hold on for just a moment? Can we talk about how Ben just made my death about him?
Well, I mean,
we'll never be able to get that out of our heads.
Yes, we
won't.
That'd be terrible. You remember Isaiah Austin, the basketball player from
Can
Baylor?
you not do this?
No, what do you mean? Can we not do this?
This is true now.
Do you realize that the decathlon?
You've ruined the decathlon.
No, I'm fine. I'm cleared for a competition. I just need to go to my decade.
How would you describe the severity of your heart surgery? Was it severe or serious or not serious?
I had open heart surgery.
So it's serious.
Yeah.
And then a doctor said you must come every 5 years.
Yeah, but
and you haven't done that.
Yeah.
After serious heart surgery.
Can I be honest?
Especially all this drinking and this diet you have.
Can you not? Can I be honest for a second? Here's the thing that I have issue with in terms of schools. You're not allowed to laugh at me, okay? I'm being vulnerable right now.
All right.
You're not allowed to laugh.
Safe place.
So in high school, they make you take levels of math you'll never use in the real world. They don't teach you about taxes or how to take care of yourself as an adult, if you move cities, how to send paperwork from one doctor's office to another. I've never learned any of this stuff. So I've just kind of put it off forever.
Well, that was terrible.
That was terrible.
Let's be honest.
Well,
that's not
that
honest.
I'm being lazy. We were told we can't laugh at that. That was literally just you being lazy.
Dude,
you call the doctor. They will send you something, usually virtually. Sign it.
Do I have
send
to
it
pay
back.
for it?
No,
it's free.
And then they send it over. It's protecting your privacy.
HIPAA and such.
Yes.
Sure,
it's very easy.
All right, so
It's
here's
common.
what's going to happen this week. I'm gonna figure this out.
Okay, I hope so. But also, Strouf, you do realize in one day we were going to swim, play basketball, and potentially sprint. Now, do you understand how?
Kyle, I'm not. That'd be fine.
I don't feel safe.
It's not like my heart's going to
He's
explode.
sweating from sitting in heat like this. I don't want to whoop his ass in this competition, but I want to kill him. I don't want to kill him.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. For those who've missed it, Kyle Wallace and Alex Strouf have a decathlon coming up with many events in which Alex Strouf will be forced to do athletic activities.
I'm not forcing him to do nothing. I ain't going to put that death on my hands.
Force is strong. We now have learned that he's been skipping his routine check-ins after having major heart surgery as a young child because he doesn't know how to transfer paperwork.
His cardiologist told him you need to go every 5 years.
He's getting calls. They are pressing him to try to remind him, and he's brushing it off.
Off the record, I know that there's a doctor that called in on line 2. I recognize the name.
Oh, wow. We've had a doctor or two call.
Yeah, but this one is I don't know if I can share or not. Don't share? Okay.
He's giving him free medical advice, probably saying, son, please go to the doctor.
KBN Nation's very concerned citizen. I love it. Thank you, KBN Nation. Strouf needs your help.
You know how special you got to be to have a personal doctor that calls into a show to try to help you?
We now bring in an MD, a great one. Dr. Dave Margolis is on the line on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Doc, what do we do with this guy? He won't go to the doctor. He's had.
Well,
did you get the whole scoop from him?
So, I didn't get the whole scoop, but I don't know if I'm a great doctor, but I happen to be an experienced one. And what Alex has experienced is actually not uncommon. And at Children's, we have tried to improve transitions and empowering our kids who become teenagers, who become young adults, to learn about their health care. And I'm an oncologist, and so we deal with this in cancer. Our Herma Heart Center deals with this with congenital heart disease. We have a whole group of what we call adult congenital heart doctors that take care of kids who had congenital heart disease, and then they have to deal with the issues as they get older. And so I turned in to listen to about what's going on with the other doc.
Nice.
He was slated for this segment, Doc, until we learned that Strouf has been skipping the routine.
But Strouf is like many of us. Strouf is a symptom of what we need to do better in taking care of kids like Alex. And I was calling to say, give me a call and get it to the right people. And I want the community to know that it's always better. What his fiance said is what my wife said to me. You're being selfish when I didn't go to the doctor when I was younger. So it's the same thing. And I empathize, and we're here to help.
What great bedside manner.
I mean, Dr. Dave, do you know how lucky you are, Strouf? He said he's going to help you after you decide not to help yourself. So take this moment,
this man. Big deal.
and then schedule your follow-up. And if that gets canceled, schedule the next one. You better not let Dr. Dave down after he told you.
Don't be selfish.
I will not let him down. Dr. Dave, you did not need to do this. I am very grateful for your phone call. Go ahead, Kyle. He is still here, yes.
Dr. Dave, thank you so much for all the information and encouragement. Is he safe to compete?
You're welcome.
Thank you. Is he safe to compete in 2 weeks?
I will leave that up to a physician who is competent to do a physical on him, not me right now.
Oh my gosh, this has turned into Strouf. Strouf is not able to participate in the decathlon pending physical.
What if he fails his physical?
He might.
What if he fails?
It's like an NFL trade that gets debunked because you can't.
Wait, would you lose your money in the bet then because you have to basically forfeit?
No, that would be like if a trade falls through. I wouldn't need to give the draft picks.
No. Trades and competitions are different. If you forfeit,
well, the whole
then
thing's void then.
No, he
forfeited.
No, forfeit.
This would be. We would go to the commissioner, and I feel like the commissioner would probably say, "Yeah, it's probably good that we didn't do this because he could have died."
I have so many questions for Dr. Dave, but Strouf's a different kind of case.
Can you believe a doctor just told us that Strouf is not physically fit to perform?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. And actually, if he did know, he'd probably say absolutely not.
Yeah.
With how much he
said he needs to have a physical first.
I wanted to ask Dr. Dave, how important is physical activity and nutrition to this kind of issue?
Is his heart condition the reason why he can't lift 95 pounds?
Oh my gosh, we should have asked that question.
I don't think it was the time place because I think he was actually trying to do a good service to Alex.
He was doing a great
Dr.
service.
Dave's a big deal.
He is.
He's a big
I didn't know
deal.
who he was until I Googled. I said, "Oh wow, this Dr. Dave." So you got the best of the best.
The problem is he's it comes with the best of the best.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Hopefully you get the friends and family discount from Dr. Dave.
Well, Dr. Dave wouldn't help him. Dr. Dave is helping people.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. If he's very well respected in his industry, he's going to know very well respected cardiologists.
That's
you're going to go to the same cardiologist as.
They're going to send you to the best of the best, Strouf. Think about that.
I mean,
they're going to look at you and say,
"This was a life-changing segment." See, me getting vulnerable is actually going to lead to my benefit.
I think you should be vulnerable more often.
Are you nervous?
That's probably why.
Vulnerability. Speaking,
yeah, of course, right? Like, I think naturally
we got to ask him vulnerable Strouf.
If you have, this is actually not a bad call by you, not a bad thing to preface it with. I think naturally, like
Yeah.
I've had a heart condition my whole life. Of course you're nervous.
All right. Dr. Dave saved Alex Strouf's life potentially, but Dr. Dave also wants our opinions, which is what we're going to do next, on what the heck is going on with Doc Rivers and the Milwaukee Bucks. And can you believe it? Giannis was shocked when he found out that Doc Rivers is no longer the coach. We'll get all of you updated on that. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman till 5 o'clock. We have saved Alex Strouf's life. Actually, Dr. Dave did. Thanks, Doc.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Homer. This might be the dumbest thing that he has to have said in his career.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Still seeing delays on southbound 43, basically from Capitol Drive, solid all the way down through the Marquette. On the northbound side, a little bit backed up, heading up from Kilbourne all the way to North Avenue. Westbound 94, you've got delays from 27th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound's backed up from 70th Street to 35th. And then on the bypass, heading eastbound, slowing down out of the Hale interchange all the way to about Forest Home. And northbound 894, we do have a crash at the ramp from Beloit Road. The right shoulder is blocked with that one. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, there is a tornado watch in effect until 10 p.m. tonight for Ozaukee, Sheboygan, Fond du Lac, Dodge, and Washington counties. Tonight, chance of rain and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and warm, a chance for afternoon storms, a high of 75. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Amy Simonson is the IT administrator with Professional Services Group. They had business technology from a not-so-supportive vendor. Not anymore. They switched to James Imaging Systems.
They come in as a partner. They want to help you. They want to make your business successful.
Including your James Imaging Systems sales representative.
He's always there when I need him. It's always like, what can I do to help you?
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner with great people and more value.
The value is we have the right equipment in the right place. We're getting reliable, consistent service when we need it.
Amy, your advice for other Wisconsin businesses?
I would definitely say contact James Imaging. They are very helpful and knowledgeable and will put you in the right place.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation. Call 262-781-7700, 262-781-7700, or visit jamesimaging.com.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The Island Resort and Casino welcomes you to another unforgettable golf season at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Beginning in July, stay and play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Courses open May 1st. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Let's celebrate Milwaukee. Ewald Automotive Group's 62-year anniversary sale is on. This month, we're celebrating with anniversary savings on over 1,400 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Payments as low as $250 a month. Financing as low as 0%. Plus 2 years of included maintenance on us. The Ewald Automotive Group's 62-year anniversary sales event. This month only at every Ewald location.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
Select models with approved credit. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Nice weather outside means you're probably feeling the effects of the pain inside your joints if you're dealing with that kind of pain with your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back, and whatever it is from a long-lasting injury, maybe arthritis. Doesn't matter what it is, QC Kinetics is here for you. They're going to be able to get rid of that pain, lower inflammation, give you healing and a pain-free life for the long term. No drugs, no surgery, no downtime, just cellular treatments that QC Kinetics operates in the best of the level in healthcare when it comes to being able to take care of you and getting that next opinion that you deserve. If you've been told that only surgery, only drugs, only downtime can fix you, then you haven't gone to QC Kinetics. They are on the cutting edge of what they do, and even better, they're right here in Mequon and Greenfield. It's amazing to see the tools in their toolkit to be able to give their patients the best life going forward. Consultation completely free, no obligation. So why wait? You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't hear QC Kinetics out and hear what they can do for you and your joint pain. Give them a call today. 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman till 5 o'clock right here on 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. And Doc Rivers is out as the Milwaukee Bucks head coach. Woo! The Inside the NBA crew on ESPN had some comments about this, specifically one Charles Barkley. Take a listen.
Let me tell you something. They got some punks in that damn Milwaukee locker room.
Why do they have punks?
When you leak what happens in team meetings, you're a punk. All right, Kenny, you know the locker room is sacred. You've seen fights. You've seen players fight and coaches fight, correct?
Okay, I'm seeing where you're going, though.
That should never get to the press.
But it always does, every year. It always does.
And let me tell you, when's the last time it happened on a good team? When you're on a team, there's disagreements all the time. Players and coaches get into it all the time because it's an emotional game, a lot of things. But for the media and to know exactly what happens in meetings, that's just a punk-ass move, in my opinion.
Okay.
That Charles Barkley on the state of the end of the season, the Milwaukee Bucks, of things being leaked that Doc Rivers said to the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's a microcosm of the leadership. That's basically what it is. He said that when things get linked, that's a punk move. I agree it is a punk move, but when you have somebody leading a team that isn't doing a very good job, I think that is just a reflection of Doc Rivers' leadership. We didn't hear anything about leaks with Bud, right? When Bud got fired, we were all shocked. There was no leaks like, oh, this team's so bad. No, not at all. It wasn't. And they had a lot of disappointing seasons before that, whether it was getting put out by the Toronto Raptors or having disappointing runs before that. But it wasn't leaks that the locker room was a mess. And so obviously I agree with him. It's messed up that this leak happened. But I think, again, it's a reflection of the lack of leadership from Doc Rivers. When Doc Rivers is saying wild, crazy stuff like that coming from your coach, you're probably like, this dude is out of his mind. When you're talking about a head coach saying, hey, Google me, telling guys Google me, or a head coach telling guys that, hey, bringing in leadership and telling those guys that, hey, you guys, you're failing me. When a coach is talking about
ruining my reputation.
Yeah, when you're talking about you're failing me, when you're talking about Google me, that is terrible communication for that team. And one thing that, especially with the leader, Giannis talked about, he wants to have great communication in life. Clearly, the head coach was not communicating well with his best player or his team, and we saw the debacle fall out all throughout this season as this team ended up going 32-50.
This only happens when a coach completely loses the respect of his team. That's exactly what happened with Doc. He lost the respect, and he did it in multiple ways, right? Obviously, he was being bizarre behind the scenes, and some of those stories have come out, like the Google me and whatever else. But even in front of the media, he was picking fights with Shams and talking strange and alluding to retirement, and he was just never professional. If he was never professional in a situation where you have the spotlight on you and a microphone in front of your face, imagine how unprofessional he's going to be behind closed doors. And when players look at someone like Doc, and he's not being professional, he's not being serious, he has one foot out the door, players' careers are short. They are incredibly short. One bad environment, a couple bad seasons, that could spell the end for your career. So I don't think that I disagree with Charles completely. Like, the players have the right to get the truth out there. And if it's a toxic environment, and Doc is the one that's sort of pushing that toxicity, then absolutely the truth should be out there.
The locker room was never toxic before Doc. Well, Adrian Griffin, I was sorry, it was toxic. But the locker room wasn't toxic under Bud. It wasn't. It became toxic as soon as they fired Bud. That's why, yes, I'm mad at Doc Rivers, but I'm extremely mad at this entire organization, from John Horst to Wes Edens to Mark Lazary to Jamie Dinan, everybody that is involved in this organization. I'm disappointed because you built something so great, and you had something that not a lot of players get. Not a lot of teams get in Giannis. You had one of the greatest players of his time, one of the greatest players in NBA history, and this is how it is ending. It is ending in a complete sham.
Yeah, the thing that I keep going back to is when you hear the reports now that start to add up about the only place Giannis wanting to go in the offseason before the season was New York, right? There was rumors of almost confirmed at this point, him going to New York and what assets it didn't work out. So then you get to the trade deadline, and that ended up not happening. So when your team's bad and there was thoughts of leaving an organization, or at least they were looking at it to start the season, then you're looking at it in the middle of the season. There's no way this wasn't going to be bad, right? Like, because now you're just you said careers are short, Brad?
Very short.
Giannis wants to win a second championship. This is, now he was injured, but still, this is a completely wasted year in one of the best players in the NBA's career right now. A complete waste.
Yeah.
And what sucks for Giannis is that when Giannis, according to reports, approached the brass and the ownership group about, hey, what are we doing? What is this going to look like next year? Because he kind of he saw the writing on the wall because, again, Dame was going to miss this entire season. So Giannis fully understood that this was probably going to be a lost season, and he asked him, what is this going to look like? And they gave it some time, and throughout the season, they realized, hey, this isn't going anywhere fast, and that's why he wanted to be traded. Giannis' main objective is about winning a championship, and the Bucks cannot offer that to him.
And the thing that I want answers on, which I feel like we don't have yet, maybe we won't until a documentary comes out later, or Eric Name from The Athletic does a history of the Bucks type of thing, but what decisions did Giannis have say in, and what did he not? Because I think there's a big faction of people that don't feel like how we feel for Giannis, right? Where it's like, man, Giannis, I almost wish he'd go to a different team because this organization is just like, it's a shame that he has to be a part of it. But like, did he have say in the head coach or did he not? Did he know about personnel trades or not? We don't know the answer to that question. So until we do, it's hard to know who gets the blame for it and who gets the blame for how this all ends with the Milwaukee Bucks, which looks like it's going to be over.
Yeah, the difference between the Rodgers and Giannis portion of this is Rodgers kept some guys like Alan Lazard. We were like, why are you? I wish I was like Alan Lazard. One of my best friends was looking out for me, getting me the bag like that because I don't deserve the bag that I'm getting. He's out the league 2 years later with the Jets. The difference here is if Giannis maybe didn't say, I want to get rid of Drew Holiday. But Giannis, but say he was told, hey, would you be interested in Damian Lillard? He might have said yes.
Yeah, and I think that.
But my point is like, or at least he took a shot at if he did. Again, this is all conjecture.
There was reports out that Giannis didn't want you, and I have no idea. Did not want Nick Nurse to be the coach, and that's
not.
He did not want Nick Nurse to be the coach, and then that's how they ended up landing on Adrian Griffin. Now, the issue I do have is that as an organization, you need to be able to go to your star players, Chris Middleton and Giannis, and be like, hey, here are the coaching options, and they need to be dang good ones. Everybody says Adrian Griffin just switched up on people. Nick Nurse would have been a great option, but Giannis may have said he didn't want him. And so the problem that I have is that when they fired Adrian Griffin and they just decided to bring Doc in, I think if you ask Giannis probably said, sure, why not? Because what else is he going to do? And so I think the organization just needs to do a better job at evaluating. There has been a clear issue in evaluating players and coaches. They got Bud right. But the evaluation of talent and coaches has been beyond poor since they fired Bud, and it's beyond poor when it comes to drafting as well. Ever since they won that championship, they have pulled all the wrong strings. Not saying that Damian Lillard wasn't a great player, it just did not work out. So if it doesn't work out, guess what? You pulled the wrong string. And I don't think you have the organization in place with a John Horst who's going to be able to build this organization and his franchise back up. So we are in trouble if John Horst is in charge of making these draft picks because he's going to miss more than he hit.
Well, because that's the problem now, right? Because if you look forward, Doc is gone, Giannis is likely gone, there's going to be turnover on this team. You're left with probably a lot of draft picks, maybe some young guys that you might get in a Giannis trade, but who will likely remain is Jimmy Haslam, the owner, and John Horst. And so
that's a formula.
You've got a canvas that is unpainted, but we have no trust in the artist to pull anything off.
Yeah, and
So all of that capital is useless.
Yeah, this is such a big offseason for the Milwaukee Bucks in what direction that they go. They have to be smart. At this point, if I'm the Bucks organization, I am looking to recruit one of the general managers that knows what they are doing. Somebody that has shown they know how to build something. Because if you get this trade wrong, if you get these draft picks wrong, you may not be good for another 30 years. And when I say good, I'm not talking about, a 4 seed. No, I'm talking about the level where we had a chance to win the championship. We had 5 straight years where we were in a conversation of winning the championship. You may not see that for another 30-plus years for the Bucks if you get this wrong. So that's why it's so important that John Horst has already displayed his lack of ability to evaluate and draft talent. Look at A.J. Johnson. A.J. Johnson was, I think it was like an 18th pick or 20th pick. He may not be an NBA player. So it is so important for the Bucks to make sure they have the right people making these decisions and doing this scouting, because if you get this wrong, this place could be dormant in Milwaukee.
Kyle, you'll be going to a lot of BOGOs probably, huh?
I will be going to a lot of BOGOs at the game if I can.
I mean, no, that's the follow-up question. What did you get with your $10 food voucher?
Oh, you know what?
Good question.
Prices are a lot more expensive than I thought. I got me a pulled pork mac and cheese. Let me tell you. Ooh. Delicious. My brother got 2 hot dogs.
For $10?
$10.54, so I had to pay 54 cents. But my brother got 2 hot dogs because I think they're $5 each. You regretted it, but the barbecue, the pulled pork mac and cheese, ooh,
that sounds really good.
It was good. I was going to get a sandwich, but it cost $13. I said,
Why did you put your sweatshirt back on?
Because it's cooling down in here.
Why don't you take the shirt off and just have a sweatshirt?
It's 81 in here. We're only going upwards.
Well, I don't think that's the case in here.
All right, I'm going to come hang out with you then while you prepare the Wheel of Strouf. Holy cow.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Call me daddy.
That just sounds...
It's just, yeah.
Like...
Call me daddy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43, we've got some issues. We've got a crash, actually on the northbound side at Fond du Lac Avenue off on the right shoulder. On the southbound side, we have a disabled vehicle heading into the Marquette as well. So, southbound delays starting from just before Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high rise. On the northbound side, delays from Kilbourne up past the accident scene at Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up towards Locust. We've also got some big delays along southbound 41 from just south of Main Street all the way to Appleton Avenue. Northbound's backed up before Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh, almost to Capitol Drive. And then we have another crash on 894 northbound right at the ramp from Beloit Road. The right shoulder is blocked with that. Looks like everybody's able to get past it without too much of an issue. I'm not seeing too many delays involved with that one. On the southbound side, though, that's just general backups from Beloit Road down and around the Hale to Forest Home. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, there is a tornado watch in effect until 10 p.m. tonight for Ozaukee, Sheboygan, Fond du Lac, Dodge, and Washington counties. Tonight, chance of rain and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and warm, a chance for afternoon storms, a high of 75. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
An open house like no other, our Siding Unlimited and Outdoor Living Unlimited open house brings in product reps so you can see, touch, feel the product, and talk to the manufacturer reps directly from Pella, Sunrise, Marvin Windows and Doors, LP SmartSide, Certainteed Roofing, TimberTech Decking, County Pavers, and Screen Rooms. Everything is here for your next project at one place, one time on Saturday, April 25th from 9 to 1 p.m. Details at sidingunlimited.com and outdoorlivingunlimited.com.
Heck yeah! It's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Strouf for Robert Hack Diamonds. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 2 in Brookfield, 1 in Greenfield, where I went, to buy my fiance's dream engagement ring. You don't become Wisconsin's most trusted and respected name in diamonds on accident. Robert Hack Diamonds has been in Wisconsin for almost 80 years, serving the Milwaukee area and all of the state with top-notch customer service and all the help you need along the way. I had no idea what I was doing. I knew I got the girl right, but I wanted to get the diamond right too, and Robert Hack Diamonds made sure that happened. If you're looking to take that next step just like I did, there's only one place to go. That's Robert Hack Diamonds, 3 locations in the Milwaukee area. Tell them I sent you, and whether you like me have no idea what you're doing or have a really good idea of what you're doing, go to the best in Wisconsin. You want that day to be special, and you want that ring to be special. They created my fiance's dream engagement ring, and they can create yours too. Visit them online, roberthackdiamonds.com, or in Greenfield or Brookfield. And just like me, you'll leave that store saying, heck yeah, because of Robert Hack Diamonds.
This summer, the backyard party starts with Carbless. Celebrate America's 250th birthday with the all-new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's refreshing, it's bold, it's packed with classic summer flavor, and it's ready to go wherever the party takes you. From barbecues to bonfires, make every get-together a little more blissful with the new Americana Backyard Bliss 8-pack from Carbless. Pick up your brand new variety pack at your local retailer or go to drinkcarbless.com to find it near you.
Enjoy Ozaukee County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You know, it's that time of the year where the weather is finally breaking and you're ready to open up those windows and get some of that fresh air. But if your windows go or you see that paint chipping, you ain't got to deal with that. I have a perfect solution for you, and that is my friends at Universal Windows Direct. And right now, you can reset your home right now with buy 2, get 2. There is absolutely no limit. The more you upgrade, the more you save. Plus, you'll get 24 months with no payments and no interest, giving you 2 full years to enjoy the comfort before paying a single penny. Yes, 2 full years of 0 payments. In this month, we have a great offer. You'll get $500 off your next home improvement project. If you're ready to upgrade your home, I have the perfect folks for you. That is Universal Windows Direct. Give them a call at 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com. This is a perfect time to do it, to get your free estimate. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Oh. All right, it's time to acknowledge what we have done a great job doing of not acknowledging it. It's hotter than hell in here.
Yeah, I want to take my pants off.
Okay, what?
That's about what I want to do. Like, y'all know how bad I want to just pull my undies from my booty?
Not until the moment you just said it.
I'm hot.
It's 81 degrees in this. I don't know what. How big would this be?
It's probably about 12 by
12 by 8.
2 jail cells?
Yeah, probably about 2 jail cells.
I don't know. I've never been in jail.
Is it so why'd you use that?
Well,
I can't imagine they're keeping it the AC running.
Probably. This is inhumane temperatures right now.
This is wrong.
If I was in jail and this was my everyday reality, I would say, listen, warden, y'all got to get this figured out. I have lawsuits all the time. I'll call
Could you imagine Kyle complaining in jail?
That's what I'm not made for.
To the guards, the
Oh my
warden.
gosh,
Warden,
he'd be
this
so
food
annoying.
is cold now.
I would starve. I would stink because I wouldn't shower because I heard the stories. I would absolutely be just a mess. I would complain
Hit the
about
wheel
the
of
bed.
Strouf, please.
It's time for the
Wheel
of
Strouf. On another day, a sweaty buckaroonie on the wheel of Strouf. I've got a wheel. I've got topics. We're going to discuss them before Bryan Bulaga joins us coming up next. Here we go.
Your face is so red.
Wheel! He's doing push-ups.
Strouf. You need to work out. You didn't work out yesterday.
Sauna push-ups. Have people ever done push-ups in a sauna?
Yes, I had a teammate who would take a bike into the sauna and bike while in the sauna to work out.
Wow. Is he cutting weight?
No, just staying in shape.
Who was it? What teammate?
It was in Lithuania.
This is Lithuanian saunas. Any different than United States saunas?
Probably like a jail cell sauna.
It's the second time a jail cell's been brought up this
I
segment.
can only imagine what it was like in Lithuania. God bless America.
It was very small.
Okay, got it. So over the weekend, during the Pacers and Brooklyn Nets finale, regular season finale for these two teams, two Pacers fans were shown courtside arguing, a younger couple by the name of Grace and Michael. Turns out, as Grace was swearing at Michael, it was picked up on television, they were discussing the value of a modern-day liberal arts degree. Can you think about anything more boring to argue in public?
This was a couple?
Yeah. They went on Inside the NBA last night with Shaq.
Shaq offered to pay for a ring.
Yeah,
They
right?
didn't say yes.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't want to propose. Also, she now has come out and said she didn't appreciate her appearance on Inside the NBA. It's getting a little weird. But
she shouldn't have. Of course she didn't appreciate it. She was arguing liberal arts degrees. Of course
she thought she was going on for her boyfriend to talk about basketball, but it's Inside the
What?
NBA.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
She later said she wasn't told until after the appearance that Inside the NBA was more about banter than basketball. He made a joke about San Antonio women, though, the guy did, on Inside the NBA, which was very funny.
Oh yeah, so he watched
The guy sounds awesome.
All
He
right,
sounds
this
really
really
good.
this is stupid.
This
'cause
couple is
we
not
basically-
gonna
they're not-
work.
It's over.
No.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. I saw them, but this is a riveting conversation.
Could you imagine, though, that game, the Pacers and the Nets?
Yeah, two of the worst teams in the East.
Probably trying to actively tank. It's no wonder they got to this topic of conversation.
No wonder they got to courtside.
Yeah, I mean, this game is just background noise for the liberal arts discussion.
What a discussion to get to, like, blowing your top for.
Here's the thing. I can tell Kyle and Brad are intrigued by this. I think Ben is trying to figure out
He's high.
what a liberal arts degree is.
He's strong.
I think I have one, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
Or I guess I have a
think-
bachelor's in science.
Studies, liberal studies. What do you have?
Yeah, what's
Oh,
your
you
degree in?
comp science, right?
What's your degree in?
Life sciences communication.
I think is that where the new dean came from?
It's in the School of Ag.
No, the new chancellor came from astrology.
Well, the astrology comes from a specific college.
Really?
Yeah.
I came from astrology.
Yeah, he's the chair of astrology at the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
This is getting
What
ridiculous.
does life science communication, what type of job would you be
what does
interviewing
that
for?
mean?
If not for basketball and your very good ability to be on air and in sales?
All right, here we go.
What would you normally be interviewing for?
I have on my computer, and I've located the computer, and it still works. My college computer. I have 2 essays from like a life sciences communication writing class. I'm going to give it to Alex Strouf.
I would like those.
Please.
I imagine your writing probably wasn't a whole lot better than
What
it was in
the
5th grade.
topic that you
I
just
don't remember, but I know I wrote about the aerodynamics in NASCAR.
God bless it.
Got an A.
It's no wonder the university's in free fall.
The Department of Life Sciences at UW-Med, they offer doctorate degrees as well. Maybe I need to get my doctorate from there since they're giving out
anyone
degrees.
explain to me
You
what
work in
this is?
radio. What would you do with a doctorate?
I don't know. Me and my grandma talked about it, that I wanted to get a doctorate one day.
It's communication through the life sciences.
What's life sciences?
I don't know, biology,
Should you be
chemistry.
talking to me about my health?
Chemistry?
Department of Agriculture.
You can't communicate about chemistry.
All right, life science communication
Journalism?
major. All right, here we go. I got it. Life science communication, bachelor's in science. is one of the world-leading science communication programs, working at the intersection of science, media, and society. LSE teaches students how to understand the way we make sense of increasing complex scientific breakthroughs.
Come on.
This theoretical background is a foundation of effective communication.
I still know nothing
What
about what
did you
it is.
learn in college?
I don't know. LSE students also pursue graduate and professional school in health, biology, social, and physical sciences.
Kyle, did you have student debt?
I'm further from clarity.
What do you mean, did I?
Did you have student debt, yes or no?
I currently have student debt.
As do I. How infuriating is it that we're paying towards our college degree every month? And this guy doesn't even know what he got his college degree in.
So I took
for
a
free.
I took a radio class. This is what I liked in the major. They receive instructions across print, audio, video, and web. They're taught how to target and create communications for both news and marketing. Most important, they learn how to plan strategically and implement the most effective communications for diverse audiences.
I asked you the question, what did you learn in college? And your response was, I don't know, man. You had to Google it.
You know, I'm not mad at him, Strouf. He could shoot a basketball. I thought I would be able to.
It's
he got
amazing
a degree
what's
in which he doesn't
rewarded in
even
our
know what it
society.
is for free.
Yeah. I mean, he's a jock, man.
Like,
Brad,
Ben could shoot a basketball and I could punt a football, and that is rewarded to a high degree in our society.
I'm not
Isn't that
mad.
wild?
I failed. Listen. I'm like
Those
Brooks.
knees.
I failed. I did. I failed. I wasn't good enough to be D1.
Will! Oh,
to be D1.
Don't hate the play, hate the game.
Yeah.
You know, every time I just say
might hate both.
I say communicate.
Let me tell you.
I might hate both the player and the game.
Based off the way you play the game, it hates you too.
All right, one more. Let's go. This is just going to make you angry. This is from Barstool Sports, pardon my take, and friend of show, Barstool Big Cat.
I'm a small piece of Wisconsin and all this stuff going on, but I've offered to pay NIL money and no one's followed up with me.
You a lie. You a lie.
He's not.
You a lie.
I've heard this and I couldn't believe it.
Because we talked when he joined us, we talked about he got the coffee or whatever.
Yeah, he's trying to come up with creative ways.
You mean to tell me one of the most popular podcasters or whatever they do out there?
I mean, content creators.
Content creators
media.
out there is offering to give you money and you're not getting back to him?
He's got to be worth 30 to 50 million. I'm not joking. They sold their Netflix took on their podcast.
Yeah.
They
He's
sold
worth 30 to 50.
he was the second in command of Barstool when they sold to Penn Gaming.
So you mean to tell me that he had at least a good $2 million to spare at least?
I mean, it could have been. Say it was $500,000. The premise is the bigger issue here. Nobody followed up.
It's
How?
It's arrogance.
That's impossible.
Or no, you think it's arrogance. Maybe they just suck. Like maybe they're just not good at their jobs.
But even that
incompetence,
that is
Brad,
such a
incompetence.
Minimum. I don't know how, even if you are completely unaware, anyone calls to give you free money, you follow up.
Brad.
Unless you don't think you need them.
Brad, your problem is this. You don't know what incompetence looks like. You're entirely too competent. Brad, incompetence runs rampant. There's people who are in positions that had no business being in that position. And what we found out about Chris McIntosh, he probably was in over his head at the athletic director. That's why he left. Sure. And there's entirely too much pressure. The staff around him, I don't know them, but it seems to me they're not incompetent people, but in their roles, they may have had some incompetent characteristics. Would you say that to be true, Ben? Brad?
What do you think?
Okay, then. So that's why if somebody reaches out, oh, you didn't follow up with them? I thought we did. Yeah, that's incompetence. That's incompetence. There's no way somebody.
Now do you know why I said that people were there for 25 to 30 years, and then when NIL came, people just got roles when they were fat and happy as they were winning for the last 30 years, and they had to do something weren't qualified to do?
Incompetence. Do y'all realize Big Cat came and talked to the football team? He spoke to the team. So that means he spoke to the team, and he probably was like, oh, okay, he should have access.
You don't understand. Like, it would have been very easy to follow up.
Excuse me, Luke Fickell. You should be saying Luke Fickell should be outraged right now.
He should have been keeping in touch, texting or whatever. His people nonstop.
And that's
should
another
identify 100 top grads that have the finances to help, and he would be on that list.
Yeah, check out. Hey, how y'all doing?
Bryan Bulaga. Iowa surpassed us. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
But I got a bone to pick with Strouf next. More
Bone
questions?
to pick? I have a question, yeah. How are babies made?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Junior Achievement, students learn how innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship can turn a simple idea into something that changes an industry. With support from Cost Corporation, students are discovering how engineering, product design, and smart marketing bring great ideas to life. From pioneering studio headphones to building a brand recognized around the world, Cost shows students how technology and creativity shape the way we experience music. Learn more at ja.org.
Look, it's Jake from our store in Kenosha.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rick.
Your email said you had a big surprise.
Look and tell me what you see.
Wow, I see 9 perfect examples of the classic diamond solitaire engagement ring. They're gorgeous.
These rings are exactly what people imagine when they hear the words engagement ring.
Monica, do you think it will always be like that? Ever more.
That long?
And each of these is 3/4 of a carat.
$998.
Unbelievable. So how much do we sell them for?
That is how much we sell them for.
Can we do that?
We're the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America, Rick. We can do anything we want.
But for how long?
Evermore.
People can choose any of the 9 most popular style solitaires, 3/4 of a carat, and each of them was created in the heart of a miniature star.
5 different diamond shapes, 2 colors of gold. Evermore. Just $998. Or $1498 with 1 carat diamond center with diamonds on the side.
Learn more at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease you into spring, it keeps you guessing. One day it's sunshine, the next it's wind, rain, or even snow. That's why your windows and doors have to handle everything in every season. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we design with that in mind. Built for durability, efficiency, and year-round comfort. And right now, we're making that comfort easier to afford. Order today and get 0% interest until 2030. Not just for a short time, no interest all the way until 2030. So you can upgrade your home now and pay over time without even paying a dime in interest. From your free in-home consultation to expert installation, Pella's local team is with you every step, helping you find the right fit for your home, your style, and your budget. Plus, with our 10-year limited warranty, you'll have peace of mind long after installation date. No interest until 2030, but only if you order by April 30th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 4/30/2026. Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Mom deserves more than flowers and a card. Enter to win the JTV Mother's Day Getaway at jtv.com/sweepstakes. You could win a 6-night cruise to Grand Cayman, Mexico, and the Bahamas, plus $1,000 spending money and a $1,000 gift card to shop JTV. It's a mom's dream come true. Enter the JTV Mother's Day Getaway now at jtv.com/sweepstakes. And new customers receive a one-time $25 off of a purchase of $50 or more.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at WalneyLegal.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Brust and Nortman before the Homer Hour is Bryan Bulaga. Bryan, what's going on?
Not much. How we doing, guys?
Oh, you know, Doc Rivers is gone. Chris McIntosh has stepped down. The Brewers have lost 5 games. The draft is coming up. Did I miss anything, guys?
That about sums it up.
Yeah.
Strouf's got to go see a doctor.
Yeah,
that's a longer story.
Yeah, we don't have time
That's
for
just a
that.
checkup. No, nothing's wrong.
Well, I mean,
that we know.
I mean, something's wrong. We just don't know what it is. I mean, we know something's wrong with him. Bryan, you were not with us on Friday when the Dontavion Wicks stuff happened. What do you make of the Packers trading for picks in 26 and 27 and moving on from Dontavion Wicks?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of torn on it because I think he would have been a valuable piece to have in that wide receiver room this year. I'm going to state the obvious. You don't know the way the season's going to play out with injuries, and having a lot of talented players in one room, I think, is a positive. So I think from that standpoint, I'm a little torn on him going, and I think only what do we get this year, a fifth, or next year a fifth? Sorry,
fifth this
next
year,
year,
six next year.
But six next year for a fifth. So I'm a little torn on that because I don't think you're going to be able to replace that type of player with that type of pick, and just that's my opinion. On the other hand, like, it is a crowded room, and this will give Golden now an opportunity to, take another step in responsibility and kind of his targets and things like that. So there's the upside with that. So I'm 50-50 on it. I wouldn't be shocked if he goes to Philly and has a phenomenal year and plays really well. It would not surprise me one bit. So I think he's a good football player. I just, like I said, it's a crowded room in Green Bay, and there's not enough, targets to go around to everybody. And that's the way it goes. So I wish him the best. Obviously, that's about as far as I can go and say on it. I don't look at it as a negative or as like a huge positive, right? Like I kind of find it being like net equal at the end of the day.
What if he was part of the group of players that Matt LaFleur talked about who weren't happy with their roles? Do you think that would make it a right move, that you have to move on from a guy like that who may not have been happy with his role?
Yeah, I mean, if he was someone that was creating an issue within the locker room about not getting enough targets or not being a certain receiver on this play or that play or not, yeah, I understand that move totally then. I totally get it. And it's the right thing for both parties at that point. But that's assuming that's the case. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if anyone will know if that's the case ever. But if it was, then yeah, it's best for both parties. He gets a little bit of a payday this year too, which is good for him, right? He gets a little pay bump and things like that. So we don't know exactly how many guys from that press conference that he had were disgruntled or unhappy or things like that. So I don't want to assume everyone that's not back or everyone that they trade or move was one of the disgruntled players. But based on the wide receiver room alone and how many guys there are and how they never considered one guy a number one or anything like that, the expectation for every guy would be that they should be receiving a ton of targets and the bulk of the targets and things like that. So if it was him, I understand why he would be disgruntled with all the wide receivers, right? Like I kind of feel that way with all of them. When there's no clear defined role, as Matt stated in that presser, they need to do a better job at that. And you're not getting certain targets or you're not on the field for certain percentage of snaps and things like that. I can understand how you get upset. But at the end of the day, like if that's what this came down to, then it's best for both parties. And at least Green Bay got something for a player that, if that is the case, wanted out.
Bryan, when this offseason started, just given the Super Bowl window and when contracts are over, things like that, I said this was Goody's most important offseason of his career. How would you grade Goody's offseason before the draft to this point?
Well, nothing really has happened, if I'm being honest, right? I mean, there hasn't been.
There's been a lot of player movement.
As in, like, guys that have been let go?
Yeah, Rashawn Gary gone from the team. You moved on from Kobe Wooden. You brought in Zaire Franklin. You brought in, you moved on from some offensive linemen as well. Zach Tom. I mean, it just seems like some movement here. St. Juice.
Zach Tom's
Why'd you throw Zach Tom?
No, I'm sorry, not Zach Tom. You moved on from Rasheed Walker
Jenkins.
and Elton Jenkins, yes.
Yeah, but those were all kind of ones that we were expecting, right? That wasn't like a surprise, move. We knew they weren't going to bring back Quay. Knew they weren't going to bring back Sheed. Most likely Elton was going to be gone. Most likely Rashawn was going to be gone. Those were all pretty obvious moves. There hasn't been, I'd say the Franklin move is the biggest surprise, one trading to get a linebacker in. I think that was the biggest surprise.
I got one quick thing. Can Wisconsin steal the AD at Iowa? She got the basketball coach, isn't it a lady?
Yeah, she's good. No, you can't take her.
She's gone. She's gone. She's coming to be a Badger.
Yeah, I'll take her from the Hawkeye State.
I don't think so. Not ever.
I would want someone want to inherit the mess the Badgers are in right now.
It's not that bad.
Pretty bad, Homer.
He got $30 million that they didn't have before, and he got $12 million from the government. He bailed because he didn't like the job, and he got something much better. But he did a part before he left.
Trash.
He did destroy